Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hook and Stitch and Island Style. I'm Antoinette, your hostess, coming to you from Deer Island, New Brunswick, Canada, located in the Bay of Fundy. If you're watching the replay, thank you. And oops, here I myself. Don't like that. Welcome in, Perp. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good morning, Ola Joe. Good morning, beautiful ladies. Yes, it's a soggy Sunday here, but we've needed rain. Good. Just running around. Welcome in, Steve. Welcome in. I'm headed to back to work tomorrow and just trying to get things done. And I do the Sunday lives. Usually it's like twice a month, but sometimes we get three in. Good morning, Anvita. Jeanette, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I'm just going to I hope everybody's having welcome. That's what I'm doing too, Andrea. Welcome in, Denise. Oh, sweet Michael. Hello, dear. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, it's good to see everybody. I was just talking with my sister-in-law and said, "Oop, time to go live." So I was still in my pajamas. Saturday night's my poker night. I play poker on Saturday nights, and I won last night. So I was about 1:30, quarter to when I finished. But it's it's been doing it for about 8 years. It was hubby's and my date night we used to take. Oh, apologize about hair day. I gotta do some cutting here. Oh, Michael, I hope you feel there. Welcome in, sis. Welcome in. Okay, no, oh, thanks, sis. No, thank you, Suzanne. Welcome in. Hey, my lurkers, people that are here, people watching the replay, thank you so much. I so much appreciate you spending your time and taking some very valuable time out of your day. Hello, Zara, my moderator extraordinaire. Yes, so it's a Sunday morning and it is soggy, but we went 3 weeks with only a couple days rain, so we have needed to get some rain. You know, thank you, Ola Joe. Ola Joe's not one of my moderators extraordinaire. Yeah, thummies would help too. Yep, and again, if you get a chance, play me in the background. I did find out something this morning. It just happened, scrolling through that YouTube has changed. They are going to allow 3-minute YouTube shorts. So, most of the shorts I do are either a quick tutorial while I'm working, or I do of the water, at my work day if it's a particularly beautiful day, or my geese and my duck, Miss Emily. So there's which they are still out there. Last year they stuck around all year. We don't know if they're gonna stick around this year or not. Um, yeah, I agree, Michael. 60 seconds to me is a short. 6:38 at night. Oh, well, good. Oh, well, at least okay, so are good. That's why I schedule 9 and 10 is when I try to schedule, the Sunday lives, um, because I try to I try to make sure because there's people from all over the world. That is one of the blessings of Oh, wow, sis, wow. Yeah, no, I have to say we're blessed because we have an artesian well. We have too much water. We actually had to put in extra drainage pipe because we have too much water. You can stand by where our well casing is in the front of the house, and you can hear the water running. So we're blessed with that. We never run out of water. I mean, we filled the swimming pool off of our well, washed clothes, took showers, ran the dishwasher, and we never had a water problem. Our pressure never dropped. Well, Michael, that's exactly what I thought about for the shorts. And also I've got like I was talking about yesterday, I've got my 12 days of Advent from the Happy Mail Advent project that I'm going to record and set to release while I'm in Australia. So that I mean, I'm still gonna have content, but so that will release. Um, and they're not gonna be long videos because I'm gonna do Christina and Zara at the same time, like day 1, day 2, day 3, so that and also when I do a short stitch tutorial for knitting or crocheting, um, rather than doing the whole video, because I do it from my phone, and I don't use my phone a lot. Very, very seldom do I use my phone for filming anything other than, like, a fairy vlog or, something like that. I use, my webcams. I've got Obi, and then I've got the Elgato, and then I have my camcorder. I've got a Sony camcorder for my videos, and I had upgraded it from my other one and my other camera, and I've got a Nikon, um, camera too that I do my stills with. But, I did and I'll be showing it. I did get something that's I'm gonna take to Australia with me. Plus now see, Michael, I record in 1080. It does do they both do 4K, but I don't record in 4K because I did find out doing the tech research thing that it takes a wider bandwidth, and although I have a brand new, computer and it's not a laptop, I went with a desktop computer, a tower. Um, I upgraded earlier this year to an Alienware, Aurora R16 or so anyways, a friend of mine that's a tech genius, we talked about it, went through it, and that's the one I got. Um, but, so that's why I do mine in 1080. Even my camera here, I downgraded to what is it, 1280 or 1080, 19, whatever it was. I downgraded from the 4K down when I'm streaming. Um, yeah. Well, Michael, your tutorials are phenomenal. Again, I watch your tutorials and they're in the watch later list. I have a list that's just tutorials of things I want to, that I want to learn. I actually, and I'm doing my second pair of these. I've got to finish these here. This was a tutorial mitten. I've got to do the cuffs and everything on them, but I got to do the thumb on this one because I was going to actually frog these, but then I tried them on. These were for my cousin for Christmas. I did these Tunisian simple stitch. That's it. And I'm going to put the I gotta do this thumb. It doesn't you know and then I've gotta put the cuff on it. I'm having artistic license with the pattern. I'm not gonna do it the way they did it. I just wanna put, a nice cuff on this to keep my, sister-in-law, my cousin, Loretta, she worked in the sardine factory for 40 years, something like that, and she's got really bad arthritis. So But welcome in everybody, and anybody that's lurking, welcome in. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Oh, I just got an alert, a missing child. Oh, heartbreaking. Had my first crochet class Friday. I'll tell you, folks, getting old is has its challenges. I'm sitting there talking with Barb, and I looked at the clock and said, "Oh my God, I have crochet class." So I messaged Tiffany and said, "Be there shortly." So I grabbed the box that I'd put together to take with me for the crochet class, and we're just there's only 3, which is good right now because n Michael, do not apologize for being chatty because input, communication, and exchange of ideas and opinions and everything, that's what makes this as close to being in person as we can. And shortly, I'm gonna put a link up if anybody wants to come up and join on panel. Um, but I had my first crochet class, and they messaged me. They had so much fun. But when I tell you I'm starting from the basics with them, I had to show them how to do a slip knot, I had to show them how to do a chain, and we did single crochet. That was 2 hours, and I've got them practicing single crochet back and forth because their whole thing of getting together is they wanted to make baskets, and I said, "Okay, who can crochet? You have crochet?" No. So I I said that we're gonna start right at square one, and that's what I did. And they really had a good time, and what we're gonna do is I gave them each, 3 skeins of yarn, they got 1 cotton, a couple of acrylic, and they got, like, 5 hooks. I gave them an array of hooks, and it cost them 20 bucks. All I wanted them to do was cover my cost for the hooks and the yarn, but my cousin donated a bunch of yarn and has more, so I don't have to buy any more yarn. I donated some from my stash, and I said, "We're gonna do DK and 4 weight for now. I said, and I it just went through the whole thing, but they really had a good time. So it did go well, and we're gonna do it twice a month because currently going back to work, which, I thought I was gonna be off, but that's okay. Just pay some bills off. Um, so, but I mean, it's just wonderful, you know. It's wonderful, and I'm on the wrong screen there. I just had somebody want to join the Yarny Yayas, so I just approved. Somebody wanted to join the Yayas, and and I just had I hadn't posted. I look at the Yayas and I comment and heart and stuff, but um, I had a gift away. They had to post their the latest FO, or project they're working. Oh, okay. Well, welcome, Michael, to the Yayas. It's a great place, and it's a great place to, we share projects on there. I have giveaways. I just did one. I did, 2 people, 1 patterns of their choice. Lindsay Luchuk from Nitico Chic and Christine from Christina's Crocheting won their free pattern. And, so yeah, I'm kinda reaching my max for, my shipping when I was doing it, and it shows up in the corner what I spent the last 12 months. Yeah, I have to do more digital right now than, physical. So, I hope everybody's okay with everybody. I mean, I'll do small packages, but, I just hope everybody, I've done giveaways from day 1, and they used to be big, but it's gotten stupid, except Canada Post has this thing now in the month of October. Every Tuesday, we get to ship 1 free package under 2 kilograms, I think it is, to Canada or the US. So, it works out that works out great. That works out. I just shipped 1 package. Actually, it's ready to go. Barb's gonna drop it off at the post office for me tomorrow while I'm working. I am and it was 4 point some kilograms, almost 9 pounds, you know? Well, it's just not patterns. I might do, a gift card, to, yarn, Wool Warehouse, Aberdeen's, Mary Maxim, whatever, yarn place. A very underrated, um company that I did a review on them, and I really like their yarns, and they're reasonably priced, and they're wool cotton, wool silk, wool cashmere, and it's Holsgarn, out of Denmark. They've got exceptionally good prices, and their yarn is exceptionally good quality, and I really like them. And, during Lisa's, when she does the Woolly Wednesday, I've been trying to get I keep saying, "Well, how about Holsgarn? How about Holsgarn?" And nobody else puts Holsgarn. Yeah, perp. They've got they even have we all know one of my favorites is Titicaca. 1, because I giggle when I say it, and 2, they have got some great prices. They really do. And I've made quite a few, projects out of, Holsgarn. I have sent Holsgarn to a lot of people for them to try. Um, I'm gonna put it in here, so that's the name of the company. It's called Host Garn, and, they have big cones that you can get with, I think it's 3 or 4,000 yards, 3 it's over 3,000 yards. They sell the cones, and a lot of times they run them on special for, like, 25, $26, and sometimes it's been as low as 21. Exactly, Michael. And, exactly, perp, exactly. Now and they finally they come out with, I've talked about this before, I've got all of the color cards that have the different yarn lines. My favorite is the Coast, which is a wool cotton blend. I've had their wool cashmere blend, their wool silk blend, um, and I haven't had their, super soft wool, which is 100% wool, but I have heard from people that have used the super soft, it's not super soft. If I want a rustic yarn, I use Briggs& and Little, which is local to me. excuse me. In fact, I shared some of the little haul that I did with, somebody because 'cause I'm curious just to get their opinion on the yarn. But, they do, and they used to have really good I mean, they have decent shipping and it's decent ship time, but during the big C, um, things kinda had to change a little bit, so the price on their shipping went up a little bit, but it's still not that bad, and I have never had to pay duties or taxes or anything on it. I If you remember the bags I showed you from, Chip at, Fiber Hustle, the bags I got hit with thank you, Ola, thank you very much. I got hit with $72 Canadian in fees. Now, of that, I don't mind paying my custom fees and stuff like that. I don't mind it. What kicks me in the butt and ticks me off is these brokers charge double of whatever you pay. Like it's like 40, almost $48 brokerage fee for doing nothing because I did when I was driving truck, I ran cross border for years and I had to deal with brokers. And this is pre-internet days, okay? Pre-cell phone days. Good morning, Mork and Mandy. Meemaw. Welcome in all. And I had to deal with brokers at the border all the time, right? It's just and back then it was actually they worked. Nowadays it's just a matter of typing on the computer and putting a few things in and it's done. But yet they're charging more now than when they did back then when they actually had to meet me at the border, and I had to show my manifest and, whatever other paperwork. And then they had to physically fill the paperwork out to get it cleared. Okay, I could see paying 50 bucks. Not today, not with the internet, you know? So it's frustrating, it really is. But most of the time, I don't pay, um, custom duty. I've been very fortunate. Sometimes it's a hit and miss, I think they just I really think when it gets to the border, they just, "Okay, we'll say $75." It makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever how they, are how they do it. I am just right now, I'm just, I'm just okay, there we go. Okay. I just pinned the link if you wanna come up on panel and think I did a little cleaning in here yesterday, just organizing some things because I'm trying to get my hands are up again, I'm talking, so Obi's gonna move. Right here, all this yarn in this I really wanna get this cubicle out, so and kinda redo in the closet back there. This here is a 9 cube, um, storage with, like, the canvas totes. I wanna get that out of there. I've got another one back. You can just see the top of it right here. That is a 12, and I have it standing up this way. And, um, organize the cover page so I can get some of the stuff out here because my goal was to rotate the filming area for, uh, when I shoot videos and stuff like that. That's my goal, that I'm making sure the tracking's turned off. Okay, and then we're just gonna fix this. There we go. Ooh, too close. That this is scary in the morning. It really is. Oh, I was talking with Darlene Sis this morning, and, I told her, I said, "This is Arthur's day, old arthritis. This weather is not friendly to getting old. The dampness that comes in, it's not." But I bought a new pair of, copper fit gloves. I use these when my hands hurt real bad. I'll put some 535 on my wrist and my thumb joint, which really hurts, and then I put my gloves on. Well, these were my good ones, right? Copper fit. I only got 1. My heathens ate one of my gloves. So I ordered another pair. They're in one of my project kits right now. But, yeah, it's been crazy. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee here. This is my 2nd cup. I'm usually a 2 cup wake up. Welcome in, Tori, and, let's put there so I did pick the pattern for we talked about, because being a nitpicks ambassador, I did pick the pattern out. Okay, I tested this pattern probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I tested this pattern, and this is the pattern. It's called I don't even remember what it's called because this was actually the pattern sent to me by the designer, and I made that hat. So, I'm going to that's my pattern I'm gonna do, and I chose this yarn here. This is the one I'm gonna use. This is the, Marine Gem, because I thought it'd be something I can wear for work. So, I'm gonna do a hat, and I love cables, whether it's crocheted cables or knitted cables. So I've gotta cast this on, and I'll get this done because I'm gonna do a re do a my video couple videos for the month, and, "Really, Obi? Yes, we're having issues." And just asked me, "Are you having issues?" "Yes, I'm having issues." I try to keep the mic out of the way because when I redid the mic stand, took it off the desk, and I put it onto a boom mic situation. I thought so, Michael, but again, everybody knows my palette is the ocean colors. I mean, I'm redoing my bedroom in ocean colors. Right now, you walk into my bedroom, it looks like my curtains, it looks like you are at the beach. My duvet cover is, at the beach. So I'm doing a total, ocean theme in my bedroom and my bathroom. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, and I've never worked with this yarn, so basically I'm doing a review on this yarn. Unfortunately, didn't have I only have a couple set of knit picks. I had a bunch of knit picks. I had the option set, the shorts and longs, and I had 6-inch DPNs. I had a bunch of knit picks, needles, but I either gifted them away or sold them. And I have my Chiaogu and my Clovers, and I got some of the sock ones are Haya Haya. And well, Ola Joe, I just love the ocean. I think I was a fish in a former life because I have a connection with the water. It truly and I it always drew me to the water, whether I was swimming in that. I think so, perp. I do. Um, because I find my center, my calmness, my peace at the water. That's why I love where I live so much. And people say, but it's so isolated, it's so backwards, and you don't have any of the modern conveniences. Who cares? I mean, Elon, thanks to Elon. Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Elon Musk made it possible for, us to have really good internet here, and I can do this. I was actually going through some videos, checking some things, and oh my god, my early lives, they were awful, awful. Ew. I looked at my very first live. Let me tell you something. That was bad. So that is the pattern I'm going to use. And I did the video yesterday for the official hashtag bag along, which is our very. Oh wow, Michael! Wow. I didn't. But the thing is, if I get out into the ocean and I get seasick. Um, on the ferry, the only time I get seasick is when we have severe roll. But people I know that have been on the water all their life, they say we get seasick. It's just because of your inner ear and the rolling has tendency to make you nauseous. But I just take a couple Gravol and I'm good to go. Um, I mean, when I first moved to this island, I couldn't get on that ferry and go to the mainland without getting seasick. And I mean, I literally just have to go to sleep. But now, I mean, I work on it now. Morning, Dragon Cat. Welcome in. I did the official video yesterday for the bag along. Now, this bag along is gonna be on. Just do your bags, and after the new year, I'm gonna do a slideshow as people send me pictures. I'm gonna do a slideshow, and this is just Oh, wow, Michael. Thank you for your service, both you and Ola Joe. Thank you very much for your service. Yes, you can, perp. I let me get I didn't mean to bend over and show you my butt. I'm sorry. That's a scary thing. The one I decided, and I posted links in the description box in that video for the bags that I showed. Now, this is the one I'm gonna do. I've done most all these. I've done all these other ones. I'm gonna do the hip backpack. Okay, if you want this pattern, you just message me, and because I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna scan this and put it into my computer because it came. My girlfriend Kathy gave this to me because she made one and she showed it to me. That's why I thought it's great. It's knitted, but it's out of print. You go onto Ravelry, you can find it. It was in Joann's, which is, the store from the States. Used to have a magazine called Etc. Creative something creativity. It's out of print. So, and this pattern isn't available anywhere. Believe me, I scoured and I hunted everywhere. But if somebody wants to do this bag, I will send you the pattern because it was a free pattern. I will send you the pattern. Experience the Creativity Magazine. That's what it was. But the magazine was called ETC, Experience the Creativity. That was the acronym for it. I will send this to you. Okay. And it's just like I'm finishing up a crochet along that Lisa and I did last year on the broomstick lace, which a lot of people have been doing, and a lot of people are still working on them. I just have to finish my second panel. Welcome in, Wriggles. Um, I just have to finish I've got probably maybe 20 rows left to do, and I'm done. I'll be able to connect the panels, which I got tutorials on the channel for all that. I did tutorials for both the broomstick part and the connection. Very basic elementary tutorials. But I did a lot of my tutorials I do, people say, "Hey, can you do this stitch?" When I was doing the Leisure Arts 63 block heirloom Afghan, a lot of the tutorials are up there. But here, Michael, I'm gonna put it. Here. This is what the hip. You'll probably do something in Tunisian with this, but that is the backpack. It's called the hip backpack. And like I said, my girlfriend Kathy, the fisherman, made one and she showed it to me and I thought, "Oh wow, I'd really like that pattern." So you think she's got thousands of patterns on her computer and her son organized everything into folders by, garment, blanket, accessories, everything's organized. And I saw so I she had the Okay, Marlene, have a good time, sis. All right, thank you. Enjoy your day too. Have fun. Um, but yeah, exactly. I thought the same thing, Michael, when I first heard the name of it. But yeah, so I'm gonna knit that one, and they knit it out of now she did hers out of like a wool blend, but they knit theirs what's called Red Heart Kids, which I don't think is even in print anymore. I mean, in production, I think it's discontinued a long time ago. Um, so yeah, this and it was being two basically being two held together. I mean, I don't remember. I'm just gonna do a quick what you call check here. Red Heart. What was it called? Red Heart Kids. Can I spell? There it is. What? Let's see what it says. Okay, Red Heart Kids. Okay. What does it say about that? Red Heart Kids. Yeah, it's discontinued, but they've got pictures. Uh, let me see here. I'm curious about the yarn. I mean, so like we said, so many yarns go by the wayside. Um, Ravelry. Um, there were I was trying to find what it said. Said what it was, the tag on this says Hobby Lobby 336. 13 grams. It says 4 ounces, 113 grams. Doesn't give any kind of yardage. Just out of curiosity. Okay, 232 yards. So it must have been. It says Aran weight. So um, holding a double. So yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of all this here. I was just curious. It's funny, when I find a vintage yarn, it's funny. I have some vintage. I gave a big garbage bag full of some vintage uh ombre yarn to a friend of mine who loves to knit. And share share the wealth. What was I gonna say? There was something. Oh, okay. We were talking about the hashtag bag along. Remember I told you I had done this is the blocks from that one skein of all-in-one granny, which I actually got to work out 99% of the time. The color was changing where it should have. If I had to rip out a bit and kind of adjust, but for the most part, I got it down to where it's 5.5 millimeter hook, and it worked out good. So I've got 15 blocks. This can be a bag right here. This can be a bag. I have all these blocks that I've got, and these are just granny square blocks. But I did this whole stack of grannies. This was some vintage yarn that I was given. Oh, thank you, Ola. And then I have this stack. I think these are 10 round granny squares. And I've got this whole stack. So I'm thinking maybe of also doing because I'm trying to kind of, what do you call it? All right, Tori, have a good day. Um, just use up and I've got the blocks that we did last year for the Happy Mail Advent project that need to be put into joined together to be put into a throw. So I'm trying to take all these squares and blocks I have and do something with them, just cleaning up the whips and stuff. Yeah, it worked out. It worked out great, Dawn P, with the 5.5, and I mean, I did the 5, I did the 6, and then at 5.5, and that's where the sweet spot was on the 5.5 millimeter. So I've got 3, 6, 9. I've got 10 of these, which is a good size block. So I'm thinking, do some bags, which I can use to gift to people. And I was just messing with my I-cord machine and did this, and I thought, that'll be a strap. That can be a good strap. And then I've got these little ones. So I might even do, because I was just using up the yarn, just using up. I had a little bit left of it. I used every scrap up of the yarn, and just messing around, or a cardigan. So I don't know. But I have all these blocks, and a lot of times when I'm on the boat and I just don't have the brain space to work on a pattern, I'll either do granny squares or I'll work on one of my patterns that's just like stockinette, just knit, 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 knit. And okay, Dawn P. And it's mindless, but it's keeping my hands busy, you know. So this doesn't want to sit up there. Um, so that's one of the things. But the bag I'm going to do is the hip backpack. Again, this is no deadline. There's no pressure. It's just fun. Towards the end of this month, I'm going to be having a private live for the Island Yarnies. Basically, we get together for an hour, and it's like a knit night, crochet night, craft night, and we just sit and chat. And I do it on, either StreamYard or Zoom. So, it's great. But feel free if somebody wants to come up on panel, show us what you're working on. I know Michael's working on something. He's always working on something. I mean, he's just pumping them videos out. I wish I would be glad when some of the extraneous responsibilities and obligations are done so I can devote more time. Because I try and put a time into the channel as well as the yayas. Um, but again, I'm not gonna come on here just for the sake of coming on to put a video out. I've gotta have content. These lives that we have are just really laid back, kinda like Sunday morning coffee and chat and, sharing. There's been a few lives we've had that we got into, kinda deep subjects, which is a good we're having a conversation, and that's what I love about it. Um, so who wants to come up? I will tell you, I actually finally and those of you that were around and I started this, the Cable Crush joggers. And this is a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I started my Cable Crush jogger. It might have been 2 and a half. It was before my husband passed away. I think it was the year before my husband passed away. Well, Michael, yeah, but self-care, Michael, self-care, sweetie, your voice, your throat. Some honey, tea with honey and lemon, coat that throat. But, I just totally some of these extraneous obligations, so I can and I'm not gonna put up just the sake of putting up a video. I wanna have content to give you. I mean, I've got plenty, like, with tutorials and stuff, plenty of that to do. It's just finding the time around the schedule. I mean, this week, right now, life is very, very, busy, um, with work, with the Chamber of Commerce, which, my term as treasurer will finally be done March. I've been doing it since the very beginning, which is over 8 years. We're only supposed to serve a 2-year term. I have served 4 terms. I'm the last board member from the original board. Nobody wants my job as treasurer. Nobody wants, like, all the filings and stuff like that. But, so then I can have more time to do my because I was getting into a pretty good groove, and I still get decent content. I mean, I've looked at how many videos I've put out, and I look at what people watch, and people do watch the tutorials the most. That's what they wanna see. I get requests for tutorials, so either I already have it up or they say, "Can you" when I'm doing a pattern and it's got an interesting stitch or technique in it, especially when I'm at work, you'll see me do a short tutorial on I think the last one I did was, knit yarn over, then you come back and knit back into the front, and it's an increase from 1 stitch to 3 stitches, that type of thing. Uh, Crochet, I was showing the cables that I was doing, um, to share, but I get requests, as do people that do tutorials, you get requests for a lot of tutorials. I will not do a tutorial on somebody's pattern. I have permission from Lindsay when I am just showing a stitch technique. I don't, divulge the pattern because hers are paid for pattern, that is her livelihood. If it's a free pattern, I'll say, "This is a free pattern, you can get it, blah, blah, blah." But I'm not sitting there showing you the whole pattern or doing a tutorial on the whole pattern. It's just a particular, stitch or technique, whether it's a cabling or, a new stitch, like that extended single crochet base simple stitch. But a lot of people didn't know what extended single I actually got comments. I had no idea that was extended single crochet, and the purpose is it gives it height. So what's everybody working on today? I did my usual morning. Half hour, I knit or crochet to help loosen up my hands after I take 2 Tylenol arthritis. Loosen up my hands. Them was old lady hands. Do, 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 do. I'm not right in the head. Somebody asked me about this lighthouse. This is a solar lighthouse, and this comes on, and it, you know, but it came from Temu, and this it's gonna be hard to see. If you see there, right here, I had to glue it. It was broke. They refunded the money on it. So now I thought, exactly, Ola Joe, exactly. Look, self-care. Oh, well, I had to stop on my latte sweater. Darlene and I are gonna meet up on my next 5 days off, and we're gonna do an overnighter in Moncton. I ran out of, because she sent me the latte cakes. There's some of them right there. That's, Mineral Vine or Vineyard, and I got Velvety Teal. I was doing it in blueberry, and I'm out of yarn, so I had to stop. I'm on the front panel halfway done, and I had to stop. Andrea, at Temu, dear, it wasn't that expensive. It wasn't that expensive. Um, and like I said, it's solar powered. There's batteries under here. It runs on one battery. Um, Michael, that's what it's all about, dear. That's what it's all about. Taking care of each other, taking care of yourself. You know, let Panda spoil you a little bit. Let him spoil you a little bit, and have you bring you some honey, cup of tea with some honey in it, because the honey helps coat the throat. You know, but what was I saying? I'm telling you, these memory lapses are getting bad. I mean, I usually had in mind like a steel trap. Now, mind you, when it comes to numbers and stuff, my mind still works really good. I've always been very inclined towards numbers, statistics, stuff like that. I'm weird. I'm a nerd. I was a nerd. I'm a statistical nerd. I'm weird. But sometimes things like I just get like a lapse, like a momentary millisecond, like, oops, I don't remember what I was talking about, or what did I got up this morning off the couch. I go, think, what am I getting up to do? I went back, sit down on the couch. My fire radio went off. It needed to go in the charger, right? And I stopped. I said, "That's what I was going to do. I was going to put my fire radio in the charger." It just from the time I stood up and walked 3 feet, I forgot what I was got up for, and I went back to sit down, and the minute I sat down and my radio went off. Exactly, old Joe, exactly. Um, you know, so but it happens. I know part of it is I have had 3, 4 nights of insomnia, and the brain does get tired, the brain does need to be recharged. I'm trying. Um, I got home from cars about 1:30, quarter to 2 this morning, and I was, like, wide awake, and I had actually had a couple drinks. I'm not a big alcohol drinker. I had a couple drinks, a couple gin and Sprites, um, thinking, "Oh, that relaxed me." Now the guys I play cards with are all into cannabis, and they have been trying for 8 years. Come on, try it." "No, thank you. You have that, you do your thing, I'll do my thing." Well, and that's just it. I don't have ADHD, but it's just, I mean, I'll be 64. I don't think I'm in bad shape for 64. Physically, man, I mean, I'm in pretty good shape for 64. I do know how abusive I was to my body in my earlier years because I thought I was invincible and I was very active. I'm still very active. I mean, I'm walking 5 miles a day on the boat every day I work. I do 10,000 steps every day I'm on the boat. So I do plan, and at home, I get plenty of exercise, especially with the dogs. Um, but, uh, it's a circle of life. That's why keep crocheting, keep knitting, keep doing your craft, puzzles, and stuff like that. Thank you, Joe. Eh, Andrew, you need to check for glasses there, but because it has been proven that keeping your mind busy Oh, I don't know. Warren was worse than me. Um, but, keep your mind active. Don't sit in front of the TV and become a mush brain, you know? Um, there's a lady on the island, you've heard me talk about her, Josephine. I used to take care of her when I was doing home care. She will be 105 years old this coming week. Now, she surrendered her driver's license a couple years ago at 103. Miss Josephine told me, "Never stop knitting," because she used to knit socks, and she'd always tell me when I was coming, she goes, "Bring your projects, bring your stuff, I wanna see what you're making." She was very interested in what I was making and very, very she's very, very, on the spot. There's nothing wrong with her mind, and, she told me, "Never stop. Keep them hands moving." Gonna be 105. Yeah, she's very much an inspiration. My cousin, she passed away a few years ago, Edith Calder. And Edith Calder, at the age of 100, taught herself how to use a computer. And she was on Facebook and she was checking out the internet. She says, "I'm checking out the web." I think that's what they call it, the web. But these women are inspirational to the fact that, you don't have to just because there are 3 digits in your age doesn't mean you have to act like there's 3 digits. Um, Most of the time, I still act like I'm in my 20s, sometimes my teens. It's all up here and in your heart. Yes, the body, things wear out in the body, but that's just the circle of life. Exactly. So, I love, um, I do a lot of like number puzzles, word puzzles. You know, I'll just on my phone now and then. I do my knitting, my crocheting. It just keeps you busy, and I read. Now, I was an avid reader of physical books, and I really don't like reading a book on a tablet or a computer or a phone. What I do is I listen to, audiobooks. Sorry, my eyes just itchy. It's just that time of year around here. My eyes just itch like crazy. I got these big bags under my eyes. Oh, now everything's blurry. I can't see a darn thing. Wow. Now see, I don't have the headspace. I was never any good at video games. I mean, I'm talking back in Pac-Man days. Um, Welcome in, Sharon. And if I missed anybody, welcome in. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. That's the wonderful Miss Sharon Loves Purple. That's Dawn Aaron's sidekick. And so is Dawn P. I watched their lives. And I just caught up, I caught up on a few lives. Yep, squirrel moment. Here we go. I did manage to catch up with some lives. I made myself a playlist, a watch later list of Michael and Dawn and Dawn Aaron and Donna. These people that were doing lives, and then I just put them on, and my subconscious listens. It gives people watch hours, and you know, I can't go to sleep in perfect quiet. Okay, Sharon, no worries. Sharon's going to visit Dawn Aaron for a couple months. I think that's awesome. That's awesome. I can take a month because I had it scheduled before they said, "Come back full time." Uh, everybody is so kind to everybody, and I'm blessed that within my fiber family, everybody is so kind to each other. Really, Sharon, a donkey sanctuary. That could prove to be interesting. When I went to the Grand Canyon, they used the mules to go down into the canyon. Took my big truck there and then took a mule down into the canyon. Yeah, I will say that you get a certain aroma, I'm just put it that way, riding the mules. I know there's a difference between mules and donkeys. Oh, wow, perp. But even with arthritis, I mean, now I know some people that have crippling where their hands are have been so disfigured from the arthritis, but they still try to knit. Ah! Yeah, I know, I was up late last night playing poker, Texas Hold'em. I haven't even got a pumpkin this year. I have to have the tree lighting organized. You guys, anybody that's been around for a while, know that here on the island, my husband and I started what was called the community tree lighting, and we started it, gotta be 2016 we started it, and we have a tree that we actually planted, and it's been growing, and last year we had it cut down and shaped, and it looks really great. We put lights on the tree, and then we have a community celebration where we give raffle prizes and stuff out, and we have hot chocolate, and we used to have hot chocolate, tea, and coffee, but it just got to be too much work with all of that, and the ladies, we all have baked goods and stuff, and it's just a sense of community. And then we have a countdown, and we light, uh, the tree, and the tree stays lit until the end of January, sometimes February. It just depends on the weather and blowing the lights around 'cause we put all new lights on last year. So and it's just now that I sold the store, it will totally be all outside, and I'm going to set my generator up to run the, coffee pot, and, I have a outdoor speaker that I play Christmas carols during the, community tree lighting, and then Barb will take care of Santa, at the tree at Christmas Eve. So and that's one of and that is one of the joys of living on a small island that is kinda stuck in time, you know? Have a few modern conveniences, but, I mean, when I was moving up here, people said, "Well, do you have indoor plumbing?" I said, "Yes, we have indoor plumbing in the igloos," because they think everybody up in Canada lives in igloos. I said, "We have houses." I mean, we live just like you do. We just don't have a lot of the hubbub, the people just packed into this small area. Um, we're a family on the island. We take care of our own. Oh, pretty Michael. Yeah, we I have to be honest. Last year was the first year without Warren, and I really don't know if I'm gonna ever put anything back up for Christmas. I celebrate, and this is in my faith, I celebrate what Christmas is, and that doesn't entail presents and lights and trees and wrappings and all this stuff. But I lost with my kids not being up here, my grandkids, and now him gone, I just don't have it in me. I just don't. I mean, maybe someday I will, but right now, I don't even plan on putting a tree up again this year. And that's just my personal views. Everybody has their own. Everybody celebrates in their own way. Growing up in an Italian family, Christmas was a big holiday. The 2 weeks we were off school, there was visiting all the aunts and uncles, and grandma and grandpa. And Christmas Eve, we had the big, huge course, 7 courses of fish and, the whole thing. Santa came, and we did all that. Christmas Day was always at grandma's, and my grandparents put on a 28 by 32-foot family room onto their house because with their 5 kids and spouses and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, um, they needed the space for the table. But I just don't I'm not into it. First of all, I hate snow. Okay, let's just say it. I hate the cold. I hate snow. I am a hot weather person. I'm just being real here. Being real. I said, "Keep it real, dude." I don't know how they say it. Yeah, no. I have now, mind you, when I have the I yards as I start going through my storage, there's a lot of my Christmas stuff I'm getting rid of. But I have, um, ornaments that Warren loved Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and Tim Hortons coffee. So I actually have a, tree in an urn. It's an artificial tree. I used to have it up store, and I used to decorate it with all his ornaments. I bought him one every year, and it was his coffee ornaments. I'll keep those ornaments and ornaments that meant something to me, and I will put them downstairs in the family room on a tree year round, and only because they the rest of them can go. Well, this is true, Sharon. Well, and your favorite color is purple. Sharon, did you like the purple thing there? I saw that and thought of you. I don't know why it just that's why your package went out late because I was waiting for a few things to come in the mail, and that was one of them. The purple just yeah, that says Sharon. That said Sharon. I don't but, no. So who's gonna come up on panel? I'm up here all by myself. So, it is I don't know today. Yeah, it's pretty overcast. I don't think the sun's gonna come out today. I'm just hoping it gets done with today, so oh, thank you. Aw. See? Always running Michael's playlist. It gives him the hours. I mean, like, I'm like 600 hours from 4,000. It gets there, it gets there. Okay, well, I just thought of you, Sharon, when I saw that. Like I said, especially the colors. Alright, old Joe, thank you so much. You have a wonderful day, dear, and thank you again. Love you too, sweetheart. Thank you. But, yeah, so it was, yeah. I'd say if I wake up in the morning, it's gonna be a good day. Seriously, if I wake up in the morning, it's gonna be a good day. I'm just pulling this up here. I just needed to pull this up. Okay. You 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 gotta love it. Okay. Oh my. Ah! Oh my heavens. Well, I don't know where it's at. Okay. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. I need everybody, just in one word, describe how you're feeling today. In one word. I need everybody to do that in the chat, and then I'll tell you why. Just one word. Okay, I'm going to share a screen. I like to do this every now and then. I just like to do these things. Can you see that? Sharon, I do random surprise giveaways in live sometimes. Okay. So you have your choice of a $10 PayPal, $10 pattern. It's all Canadian because I'm in Canada, or a $10 Wool Warehouse, Mary Maxim, whatever. Email me your choice, and we'll get her done. But that's what I like to do, surprise giveaways. Just a little something. Look, it's my way of giving back, and my way of saying, "Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to spend with me." I mean, I do so appreciate it. I really do, and, sometimes words aren't enough. So, Sharon, you let me know. Just email me or message me, and, we'll get her done. It's your choice. Value $10. I know it's not a lot, but it's just, you if you ha I have gift cards and stuff that I've won at warehouse just sitting there and building up, and I'll wait. When I'm ready, I'll order. They never expire, so I just let it sit there, you know? And I know anybody that's in here and hasn't let me know that you got your box. I've got most of the boxes have been delivered. I still got a stack here of a few that, haven't gotten there, but some of them are going a great distance, you know? They're going a great distance. Scotland, India, Australia, all over the place. Sha Sharon, I did a surprise random gift away, and just message me with, your choice of a $10 PayPal, a $10 towards yarn or a pattern of your choice. It's $10 Canadian because, well, and you're in Canada too. Instead of a PayPal, I can do an e-transfer to you, being in Canada, so you actually get your whole amount. PayPal don't get nothing. That's the one thing. Living in Canada here, we can do what's called e-transfers from our bank directly to the other person, and there's a small fee the bank charges you, like a buck 50 or whatever it is at the end of the month, and so that way PayPal gets cut out. You 2 don't get none. Just keeping the money out of the middleman's hands. But, yeah, Sharon, so just let me know. You can message me, email me, whichever way, and let me know. Um, and I'm going to be going on to the Yayas today because I'm going to put this bag along also on the Yayas page. Welcome in, Demetra. Welcome in, my dear. Welcome in. Have any of y'all been in lives, just sitting there lurking, but there are so many people in the live and the chat's just flying by? I am so glad when I do my lives that they are at a reasonable size that I can still talk with everybody and still read all the comments. Okay, Mike. Yeah, Michael, I heard of that. Again, love you too, Sharon. Yep, just let me know what you want, hon, and have a blessed day. Say a prayer for me. Say a little prayer for me. Oh, I'll get myself in trouble. You have a good day, Sharon. Thank you for coming. I appreciate everybody coming. But I mean, and this is a nice way. Okay, thank you. Oh, there we go. Okay, Sharon, all you have to do is give me your email or, cell phone number, either one. I usually do emails, and then I can send it to you. Um, yeah, so, yeah, this is just I'm happy when I'm here. I'm happy. This is a rough month for me, and, we were talking about it last month. My friend Kathy, we were talking about it cards because everybody said, "Why are you so quiet?" Well, are you saying I have a loud mouth? No, they were just saying, "You have been very quiet." I says, "A lot on my mind." And I think that's where the insomnia is coming from. Just a lot on my mind. I'm laying in bed and I'm sitting and telling my brain, "Shut up. Let me go to sleep. Shut up." I'm having a conversation with my brain. Can you see where this might think, you're making yourself crazy? I'm telling you, it's insane. It's insane. But, you know, and I figure I'm going to this is going to run till 11:30. That's I figure hour and a half would be good time. That way it gives me time to finish redoing. I had to and Michael, I'm sure you can relate to this. I had to rip out what I was doing my tutorial on, and I've got to redo the tutorial. It happens. That's what we tell you guys when we're doing tutorials. We just can't pump them out. You have to film it, and what might be 5 hours of filming is reduced to a half hour, in the video, you know? And then there's the editing, and then the information, and, like, on my videos, I always put on the screen. I started doing that a couple years ago, what I'm doing, like, whether it's, knit 3, purl 3, knit 1, yarn over, knit 2 together. Whatever it is, I'm putting on the screen so that, those somebody that's watching the tutorial, not only can they see the visual. Exactly, Michael, exactly. Exactly. Let me tell you, you guys have okay, you guys have been around me. Some of you guys have been with me from the beginning. I've become much more relaxed doing this, as opposed to when I first did it and cut off my head, and I was really nervous. Um, but what you see is what you get with me, mistakes and all. That's I have no ambition to make people think that I don't make mistakes because guess what? We all make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. And all right, Dragon Cat, you have a great day, dear. Have a great day. We all make mistakes. What you do with those mistakes, you learn from them so you don't repeat them. And I'm not saying just mistakes in crochet. I'm just talking mistakes in general in life. Um, when I make a mistake in my craft, I learn something from it. If I go and I make that same mistake again, well, apparently I didn't learn the first time. So, but no, I'm pretty much an open book for most things. There have been only a few questions people have asked me in an email or in a message that I won't answer because to me there are some things that are still very personal that I choose not to share. I mean, you guys know I'm pretty transparent. I mean, we've talked about a lot of things here on some lives, that we've got into some deep subjects and stuff like that, and you guys have shared some of the loss that I've had. Yes, perp, and that's something else we're gonna start learning to do is read patterns because 'cause I'm actually gonna teach my crochet group how to read a pattern, and I know there are tons of videos out there. This is just my 2 cents in my little corner, you know, um, because and I know there's quite a few of you in the chat here that have been a pattern tester, and I've tested for many designers. I've probably tested for a dozen designers, and all different writing styles, okay? 3 designers can say the same thing 3 different ways, you know? So, it's I put my 2 cents in, and I'm gonna take and say, "Okay, this is designer 1 and designer 2. We're gonna look at these patterns. Same stitch, but said written 2 different ways. Means the same thing, but they're written 2 different ways." I did a little research, and I'm trying to find there is a certain ISO standard. Okay, people say, "What's ISO?" ISO 9001 or whatever it is, is a system of I can't think I'm grasping my words here. It's a system of organizing, whether it's procedures, paperwork, forms. It's a way of organizing things in a cohesive, universal way. Yeah, my exactly. Thank you. And so that's what I have never found a place that said this is the standard that we use in writing patterns in the knitting and crochet community. The craft council. I've never found anything that definitively says this is the way it's done because I like cables as we've talked about, and I have seen the same like a 4 stitch cable written 3 or 4 different ways. You know, um, even in crochet, same thing. So that's what I want to be able to teach people. Say, and the thing is, once you learn the basic of reading a pattern, um, it opens up a whole new world for you. Mind you, I'm not a big chart person. Can I read a chart? Yes, I can. I find it slows me down too much. Okay, like I'm doing that cat's meow blanket, which is all chart. It just makes me slow. You know, I prefer the written word. I'm doing that Farahàn shawl. That was the first piece that she did that there was no charts. It was totally okay, Jeanette. Good question. It's something we can talk about. Okay, being a pattern tester. There are places on Ravelry, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Um, no, that's a great question. Yarn Pond. There are all different places that will you'll see actually post tester call. On Ravelry, they actually have groups that you can go in and just put in pattern tester, knit, crochet, whatever, and it'll come up and you can join the group. And a lot of times when a designer puts out a call for pattern testers, um, okay, hold on a second. We have a visitor here. Hold on. Welcome, sis.
Hello. Just got
Okay, yeah,
home.
Discord too. Okay, I'm sort of kind of on Discord, but I'm not on it very often. Um, so they'll put a call out for pattern testers. They supply you the pattern. If you do research, I mean, you start getting into some of these big designers and stuff like that. They'll give you the pattern for free, and a lot of times they may wait if you follow what you have to do. That means completing it on time. If they require posting pictures, finished objects with all the information. This is the yarn I used. This is the hook or needle I used. Um, they expect you to give feedback on the pattern. Was it easy to read? Was it easy to follow? Did you find any errors? Even a typographical error. And usually they have like when I did my pattern, my one and only pattern that I did, I actually had on Instagram, I had a space that was just for my pattern testers. Or it might have been it might have been Facebook. I don't remember. But I have tested and I did a lot of research. If you get heavy into pattern testing, there are some that pay pattern testers. That's far and few between. Most of the time, you get a free pattern or two from them if you complete it on time and finish everything. I mean, I used to do a lot of pattern testing all the time. I was testing patterns. I have stepped away from that for the last couple of years. I've tested one for Lindsay that because I love her, she's my favorite knitwear designer, and but yeah, there's a lot of places, Jeanette, that you can go to be a pattern tester. Just check Facebook, Discord, Instagram, YouTube, uh, Ravelry, Yarn Pond, all of those. Welcome in, Slug,
Hey, Demetra.
aka Demetra. Um, and one of the things that was fun about being a pattern tester, I will tell you, what I enjoyed about being a pattern tester was it was helping the designer, you know, get her patterns out, and we basically without testers, they don't have any feedback on, is this pattern a good pattern? Um, they make changes and adjustments accordingly.
I
Yeah,
get
Ribbler,
an
welcome in,
email.
Helms, gorgeous, welcome in.
I'm on an email list. It's called Yarn Pond.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, they're constantly asking people for testing.
Yeah, if you go, hold on, let me.
See, I don't know
Oh,
how to share things on YouTube,
do do
but
do
yeah,
do.
Yarn Pond.
Okay, um, I'm going to share the screen here. No, that's not what I want to do. I'm going to share my screen. Ding dong.
Oh, are you, Demetra? Cool.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that yet.
Yeah.
Okay, if you guys
Yes.
look here, this is a website that is a very good source for pattern testers. Okay, right here. It's called it's yarnpond.com. Exactly, Jeanette. But you know what, Jeanette? It's a great way to up your skills. It introduces you to different designers, different styles. So that this is it's just yarnpond.com.
Yeah, you can get on their mailing list, and every
Yep.
day it seems you get something.
I get them all the time. That is their yarnpond.com. And actually meeting Lindsay. I met Lindsay through testing back in 2018. And it's just, and she's probably been one of my biggest enablers as far as pushing me, outside my
But
skill
to
set.
try new things.
Yeah, she does. She's been very inspirational.
I don't know if I'd call that enabling. It's pushing your skills.
No, it enabled me to go.
Enabling is showing you this really beautiful yarn, and then, oh my God, I have to have it.
Well, that was just it. Because of the yarn she was using, I had to go yarn shopping.
Oh, okay. There you go. That is enabling. Yes.
Oh, no worries, Jen. Hey, but that's what this is. This is a place to share ideas, inspiration, and that's what this is all about.
Oh, and I noticed today we have a new Yarny Yaya.
Yes, Mr. Michael.
Yes, congratulations. Welcome to our Facebook group.
Yes, he joined the Yayas. Don't mind me, I'll be back on camera in a minute. So yeah, so that's so Jeanette, I mean, even if you don't do it, go check it. I mean, go and just look at some of the designs, because I'll tell you, they have all different types of skill levels.
Yes.
And stuff like that. And I did it for both crochet, knit, and Tunisian.
Yeah, I wanted to do one for an amigurumi, and the girl wanted pictures of amigurumis that you've done, so I did, and she said, have you done any dolls? Because it was a doll. And my very first one, the head was awful. It looked like she had 3 chins, the way it was.
Hey, us fat people need attention too.
And it was like, apparently she didn't like my quality of work, which I think if you want a tester, you should go for different levels of their qualifications.
Exactly.
Don't go for the people that know what they're doing like the best. You gotta like challenge some people.
Well, the thing is, you can't get a true evaluation of how is this pattern going to be. Now, if it's in a pattern for an advanced pattern, yes, they're going to want advanced knitters or intermediate stitchers, no matter what craft you do. But if they're trying to put a pattern out and they want to present it as beginner to intermediate, then they should have people that are beginners and are intermediate, so they can get an actual opinion from somebody that is at that level. If somebody's at an experienced level, well, no challenge.
Yeah, it was a Coraline doll that I did for my granddaughter. And I didn't really know how to do the decreases in that properly at that time. And it was a small head, so it was like, it looked like she had a chin and a chin, and like I need to do a doll so I can show that I can actually do that.
I lit my candle.
But yeah, like
Boglia Bene Amica Mia. I made this candle. It smells so good. Oh my gosh. That was one of my happy hours. Demetra, I had one that I tested for that midway through the test, I stopped. And because I would submit my my corrections, or where I felt it could be improved on, and either I got no response, or the response, well, what do you mean? My tech editor, you're asking my opinion as a tester. Is this pattern easy to read, easy to follow?
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just giving you my feedback, which is what you ask us to do.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Lorraine. Welcome in, dear.
Hi.
You know, and that's one of the big things. There's a lot of and again, I don't exactly, Michael, exactly. My first and one and only pattern that I published, it's for free. Proud as a peacock. And somebody asked me how did I come up with that name? Very simple. I used a peacock stitch. It was my very first pattern I released. So I was proud of my pattern and put it out. The only thing I didn't do was I never did a tutorial for it, which somewhere along the line I should do one. But I've got three or four other designs
Definitely
that
should.
are in my book to do. But again, time. Let's get through all this here so I can put this out. You know, but there was so much drama going on within the testing community and the size inclusivity and everything that was surrounding this whole tester community. It was terrible. There was fighting amongst the designers, this one calling this one up because, oh, you're not size inclusive and and you're not doing this for, I'm not even going to say the word. There was a whole series about, they were telling you as a tester that you need to support this particular community. I support who I want to support.
Yes.
It has nothing to do. If I like their designs, I'll test them.
I got the picture of it. I don't know if you can see this or not.
Hold on.
Doesn't she have a great chin?
You know what she looks like? It looks like she's squirreling away something in her cheeks. That's cute.
I actually had to modify the jacket because it was the wrong size.
But exactly, Michael.
That was it.
The thing is, the testers that I have tested for or the designers that I support, I like their designs. I don't care if they're male, female, purple, green, blue, or from Mars.
Very mature.
If I like their designs, I'm going to support them. Very simple. And the biggest turnoff that I've gotten, I had this one shawl early on in my ease back into the fiber arts community. I found a pattern. It was a shawl. It was stunning. It was crocheted. It was stunning. But there was so many errors in this pattern, and I went and checked for erratas, nothing. And I contacted the designer for several months. I emailed and all that, you know? And finally I contacted, I don't remember if it was Yarn Inspirations or it was one of those companies. It's before I learned about all this other stuff. And they said, "Well, you know," I said, "Okay." I said, "Then take it down off your site because it's a poorly written pattern and it's very frustrating. I don't care if it's free. It's frustrating." And I did. I sat there and tried to work this thing out, and there was just no working it out. Stitch counts weren't working out. Knit or crochet, I don't remember. I threw the pattern away. I was so mad.
I found that too, like with this with Sheryl Crow that I'm doing.
Yep.
The way that her feet, here, let me go show it to you. So and the arthritis is acting up a bit, so I haven't really been working on it too much. But I found, like, when you did the feet, you're in the back when you start. So when you're coming around, they say to do like 9 stitches and then start decreasing. But if you did that, like I had to go an extra stitch, because if you did that, then it was going to be all wonky. It was going to be kind of like on the side instead of like in the middle. And I added these straps. The straps aren't part of the pattern.
I like the straps, though. They're cute little Mary Janes.
But yeah, like those are things that you have to really think of and figure, okay, that's not working. And what I do is I have to set it aside, not do anything else. And then the brain just keeps thinking about it even when I'm going to sleep. It's constantly thinking about it. And I say, okay, like this is what I'm going to have to do in order to make it work.
Again,
I'm not a professional at all.
And you make it work.
She got a body. Those are her bloomers. Don't look at her bloomers though.
Michael, Craig has a very soft voice, and his tutorials are good. And I did some of he's where I did my Granny Meets Virus shawl, and I followed his tutorial. And his approach is very simplistic, and that's what I like about it. Crystal from Bag of Day, Krista from The Secret Yarn. There are designers that, when you watch their tutorials and read their patterns, you can actually follow along. There are some out there that I've watched tutorials. They are moving too fast, and I don't want to hear slow it down.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not going to mention names, but they're and don't get me wrong, I do watch them for it, but I'll start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, rewind.
Yes.
Especially if it's a particular pattern that I'm a little unsure of a section of the pattern, I'll go and I'll find a tutorial or find a tutorial about it. I did that with this entwined cable chic, whatever sweater that I'm doing and that I did before. I wasn't sure about doing these backward cables, forward cables, and all that. And I found tutorials on it, but they were all different. So I just read the pattern, step back, like Darlene said, and think about it. And then I'll go do it. A lot of frogging, but eventually it's like light bulb comes on and you get it. Yes, Michael, he is. He's so, I don't know, he just has a very calming, serene type of personality, and you can see that, when you just watch his videos. And I catch up with Craig on, his, like I said, I've got 400 channels I'm subscribed to. There are maybe 50 that I watch regularly, but it's a binge, okay, I make playlists up, a watch list. Okay, I go through my feed, yep, save to watch, save to watch, and I'll put that run of videos on, whether it's a live or just a happy mail or just a chit chat, including channels that I'm a member of. And I am a member of a few channels, not a lot, but there's a few channels that I support and that I'm a member of. And I just wanted, I didn't even know it because I wasn't there. I want a free membership to Russ's channel, and I can't be a member to everybody's channel. Right now I'm at my max for memberships because I had won a few free memberships and I kept 3 of them. Okay. And it's not that I don't like the person's channel, but I have to, I'm on a budget.
You gotta look at your pocketbook.
I'm a widow, I'm a widow. And I got 2 heathens that are expensive. They're expensive to feed.
They're like teenage boys.
Yeah. And what's great, Michael, is when, and I've been in, I have been on panel on a few lives here and there. And after the live ends, everybody's on panel still and you're chit-chatting. And the thing is, everybody's the same there as they are on live, with the exception of everybody watches their language more on the live than they do the afterlife. I try not to cuss. I do. I seriously, in real life, I try not to cuss. When I was driving a truck,
I'd be extremely mad for me to swear.
Yep. I when I was driving a truck, one of the things I prided myself in was always being a lady. And I was trying to promote that image rather than the trashy mouthed truck driver.
Trucker
and that's
voice.
just, yeah, and that's why I'm not going to say I don't swear occasionally. Yeah, I do. I get very angry, or hurt, and I lash out. Oh, you're not going with him, Michael? Although I don't like New York City. And I said
Oh, the sailor voice. Okay.
Well, they say cuss like a sailor or a truck driver. Yeah. No, I did receive compliments that said she's still a lady doing this job. There was a lot of women that I was in the industry that were so foul-mouthed, it was terrible. Okay, Michael. Well, we'll keep your dad in our prayers and, pray for him to have healing. The
Yes.
fur babies. Yes, well, our fur babies, yeah, the last 20 plus years. Well, see, that's just it, gorgeous. You know, I consider myself advanced beginner to intermediate crocheter and knitter. Yes, I do a lot of advanced patterns, don't get me wrong, and I struggle, and I frustrate, and I frog, but I don't feel my skill level is good enough to correct on a pattern. I don't have my mind doesn't think that way, um, so that I even if it's a free pattern, I still expect the pattern to be, and people say, "Well, it's a free pattern. What do you want?" If you're putting your name on a design and you're putting it out into the public, I personally would want it to be the best it can be.
Oh, yeah.
That's why pattern designers that have phenomenal pattern support, Lindsay, that pattern I showed you guys a few years ago, and yes, it's still on my bucket list, the Wyvern, that dragon shawl. Um, you know, her feedback and her, enthusiasm to support, I mean, is unbelievable. So that's a big thing with a pattern designer. If I get a response when I have a question. Whereas there's many designers I've messaged, "Hey, this and this, and I'm confused," and I get nothing. Zip, crickets. Total crickets. Exactly. So, that's and to me, as a designer, I should be able to support people that whether it's whether it's a free pattern or a paid for pattern. As a designer, it's my responsibility, or some people that are big designers have people that answer these questions for them. And Obi, I'm gonna smack you into next week. Um, they have people that do it for them. Um, but that to me makes them a good designer. And I hear it all the time. People fuss about the prices of patterns. Okay.
Well, they
This
don't
kind
get
of ties
money for that.
well, this kind of ties in with testing. Number 1, this is a small business. The profit margin on a pattern is minimal. I'm talking minimal. And all the work that got that pattern to publication, it can be months, it can be years. Some people have paid tech editors, the bigger designers, so they've got to pay them. Some people get yarn support, some people don't. Some people have deals with, yarn companies and stuff like that, what do you call it, sponsors. But that designer's time that went into from the idea to the fruition of that idea, that's worth something. The same as if you wanna sell your project, your finished items, and people, you know what your time's worth. Now, can we charge $20 an hour? No, that nobody's gonna buy it, okay? But still the fact is, you put a reasonable price on your item, whether you're doing craft fairs or what have you, you still have to make a little something, for what you've done. And I've seen people put prices on things and say, "I'm selling my stuff too cheap." First of all, it's what the market will bear. Second of all, if you really wanna sell it, put a fair price on it. I always make sure I cover my yarn, okay? And I always they have to pay for their shipping. But my time, I get a couple pennies, I get a couple pennies. I charge $35 for hand-knitted socks. The yarn sock yarn, for the most part, is anywhere from $12 to $15 if you're just using, like, big box store. If you're getting indie dyed yarn for sock yarn,
Oh, yeah.
25, 30, $35.
Oh, yeah, it's gone. I believe it's gone up. I remember Arcane Fiber, he's out in BC.
Yeah.
His Hanks used to be 33. Now I think they're 36.
Yeah, but see, that's a
But
lot of work.
It is, and also it's like the cost of his dyes, and like even the
Time
shipping.
and the
I
time.
imagine it's has gone up.
Oh yeah,
But Jeanette, I'm sure that like if you just think about a pattern, you'll understand it a bit more. Like to alter things, like one
ex-
stitch in the feet of this amigurumi. It just because you know what it will look like after a while.
exactly. Amigurumis. I had put a bunch of my stuff for sale and I went into my Ko-fi page and either sold or deleted what has either been gifted away or sold. And um, my prices were, I felt, reasonable. I wasn't over asking because some of the things had more expensive yarn than others. I am going to say these mystery boxes behind me that
Yeah.
way, these here, if they don't sell, really, Obi, don't do
He's
that.
saying you wanted me to do that. You want me to do that.
No, I don't.
55 or in Lunenburg and Mahone Bay. They want $55 for homemade socks. That's crazy.
That's what they're selling them for around here. If you go into the Blueberry place and excuse me, some of the other places, there and I have people come to me. Well, a guy commissioned me to do a pair of socks. But here's the thing, I do them in my time. I'll finish them
Hmm.
before winter sets in because I'm halfway done with the second sock, and I charge them $35.
Are those
The
wool? I wonder if they're wool socks or if they're like the kind that we make.
wool
That they're
cashmere,
yeah,
you got
like
wool cashmere, you got wool silk blends, you got not wool. Well, usually it has nylon. The other thing is too, what kind of wool is it? Is it BFL? You know, there are certain wools that are a little higher quality than, like, say, the Briggs and Little rustic wool that I make socks in for guys on the island that fish or hunt. You know, work on the water. It keeps your feet warm. Um, but those went for. I used to pay $3.50 a hank for those at Canadian Dollar Store. Was the best place to buy the yarn. They're now $6.50 a hank at Briggs and Little's outlet store, and online some places $7. You know, and again, it's our world. Everything's gone up in price. You know, and you try to go with the changing times. That's why I'm not really buying a whole lot of yarn. Like I said, I've only bought it bits and pieces because I have quite a yarn stash. I just sent a big box of yarn to somebody that is on a fixed income, and I just wanted to share. I just wanted to make somebody happy. I wanted to share, you know, and just do it. And then, you know, it's my way of giving
oh.
back, making some. It's my hugs, smiles, and happiness. That's my motto, and I try to live by it.
What
I wanna
was
bring
it? Was it a crochet or knitted chicken?
sit in the phone.
Who did one of those? They were showing it on the Yayas.
Demetra.
Yeah, I was
She
thinking
took 'em out of
Demetra.
Granny Squares. Well, see, that's just it. On the island here, we have Maritime Textures. We
Yeah,
have
high
Spirit
toil.
of the Island. We have, Deer Island Treasures. So, I mean, and our artisan shops have grown over the past couple years. And I go into these shops, and I try to support. But some of the prices they're asking are insane. Mind you, I had bought a couple mugs, and they were like $40 a piece. They were made here in, they're handmade, handcrafted, in New Brunswick. Expensive, yes, but I do know what it takes for materials and time, and the fact it said Deer Island. Yeah, no, I haven't done I did one craft fair, and it really wasn't a craft fair. We had a big thing. We used to have a big, like, open market on really? Canada Day here, and
He wants us to see your beautiful face.
I don't. No, I don't.
You don't need to. We're looking at you.
No. Um, I took some of my shawls and stuff up And while I was there, I took a commission for 2 mermaid tail blankets. You wanna know
I
what I
made one.
charged for 2 mermaid tail blankets, what I charged? $50 for 2 of them,
50 for both?
for both. That's what I charged. I sold some Shaws, they were less than $40 that I had done. I had done the dragonfly shawl, I had done
There we go again. What are you doing? You're moving.
this
Oh,
I gotta quit talking with my hands. That's the
hard.
problem. But that's where it is, I mean, people anyways, I was saying about these mystery boxes. If these boxes don't sell, they're going to be prize packs. That's what next year's prize packs will be if they don't sell. And until they do sell, I'm not doing a Shop My Stash sale because that's what I pulled out to get rid of next. I do a section at a time, and once that section's done, then I move on.
That was a great idea, Jeanette. Save them money. Well, maybe. Depending on how much yarn they bought.
But that's just it. We all have value acrylic in our stashes. Okay, we all have it. And to be able to pass on the craft and the love of crochet or knitting or Tunisian or what have you, because I'm seeing more and more young people getting into the crafts. And the thing is, it's just not for grandmas. And that's the way you got to make it.
It's not just for women either.
No,
it used to be an old lady thing.
You guys know,
there's so
I've
many
talked
men out
about
there.
yeah, I've talked about the men in our community. I did a shout out video with them. I have emails out to do a panel of male knitters and crocheters, I think it was, the men of YouTube, I think is what I called it. They're phenomenal. I admire them tremendously. And I mean, exactly, Jeanette. It was priceless. You can't put a price on it.
No.
My daughter-in-law last year or the year before, I can't remember. Anyways, messages me, "Mom, I'm at Michael's and I want to knit this blanket." Now, my daughter-in-law has never knit a stitch.
Hey, Perp.
Exactly. And so I said, "Don't." I said, "Let me show you how to buy the yarn and the needles. Let me show you so you're not," because I know what she was going to pay at Michael's. And she paid 4 times what she should have paid for that yarn. I says, "You wanna get into it seriously? Mom will show you how to buy it on a budget." But she never even finished it. She just
Lost
you know
interest.
yeah, yeah. That's why the crochet class that I'm doing, it's nice because, one of the girls in there is she is just a sweetheart. And she had never even picked up a hook in her life, but she picked it up pretty quick. And then I have 2 older ladies. In fact, one lady is her boyfriend's mom. And the thing is, I said, "This you could take when you're fishing, when you're on the ferry." I take my knitting and crochet with me everywhere, no matter what I'm doing, where I'm going. I always have a project with me, whether it's just something small like a dishcloth or it's something complicated like a beaded shawl. Always have it with me because you never know when you might get stuck. Jeanette, that's mystery. On the channel, go watch. There's a video that shows the mystery boxes, and I show every box. I've sold 2. And it shows the yarn that is in every one of, these boxes.
But they are not marked. So
They're not marked. Christine bought a couple boxes. I grabbed the top 2 boxes. I combined them into 1 box, and I am going to knock you into next week. God. Well, that's just it, and like I said, I show you, I open up each box and I show you what's in that box. And there were 15 boxes. No, Obi, not you, Jeanette, Obi. I'm gonna kick him to the curb. I'm gonna take him out. I have my Elgato face cam that says "Got Me" over here, and I use that when I'm doing a 2-shot tutorial, or I'm doing a live and I want to go show
She's
something of
talking to
my hands.
Obi. She's talking.
I'm talking to Obi.
Not you, Jeanette.
No,
Obi.
I'm talking to Obi. He can just be such a heathen,
It's
like my
her
fur
camera.
babies. Like my fur babies, they just don't listen. Do their own thing. I am in control. I have the mouse.
No.
No.
Oh, goodness, no.
Jeanette, I like the questions. I encourage questions. Whether it is during a live, whether it is in the comments or an email or a message or on the yayas, I love questions. And I because that's how we find out about each other, find out, information is a thing. I'm going to show you one box. I'm probably going to knock that whole stack over. This is just one box, top box. Okay. I bought these boxes. I actually have some more boxes coming. This is one, and I tried to do a cohesive color, but that's one box. These are all caked up. These two here are cotton.
That green one's sparkly.
And these two are Hobium, and they're both sparkly bling bling. This is Premier DK Colors, I think. These are so I try to. That's what I tried to do. All kind of yarns. I just literally took the totes from my cupboard, opened them up, and started putting boxes together. That's what I did. That's what I did. And what I did was I said they were $25 a box. And then I said 20. Now, mind you, shipping is on the person. But then I said I'll do 2 for 35, 3 for 60. If you're in Canada, you get a good price on shipping because I have the one price boxes. And in the large one, which is shipping's like $40, $35, I think. I can get 3, maybe 4 boxes into one of the big things. That's what I did with Christine. She bought 2 boxes and I combined them into one box, which is reduced shipping. And everybody has seen my stash. I mean, I've done videos of my entire stash when I was cataloging it, and there's videos up there. But it's just a way. I'm just trying to downsize a little bit, destash.
Yeah. Destashing, and here I am going to be bringing you some yarn.
Well, the one yarn. I'm going to share the blanket yarn with Barb. I share my yarn with Barb. Well, yeah, but sis, you have the yarn. It's going to help me finish because I can't get the colorway anymore. My sweater is at a dead standstill right now. The latte cake sweater is at a standstill because I'm out of yarn. I used 3 cakes. I had 3 cakes, and all 3 cakes are gone.
Yeah, I think I have 2 more of both those colors.
Yep. So
the blueberry and the green one.
Yeah, the vineyard. That's Mineral Vineyard, and yes, I'm going to do something with that too. But so that's all it is. I'm just I had to shop my stash sale a while back. I did two sessions, and it's a lot of work. I will tell you that it's a lot of work keeping track of this and the orders and this and that. So when I do the next one, it's going to be by the bag, one price. That's it. Makes it easy for me. Put it up on the community tab. Do a quick video. Done. Mm-hmm. And I want to do a cake destash, as well as, I've got yarn packs. And I think I give a fair price because everybody knows what yarn costs. Everybody knows what yarn costs nowadays. For heaven's sakes, try to buy a Red Heart Super Saver. Red Heart Super Saver, regular price here in Canada is like $7.50, $8 for Red Heart.
I like the campfire cardigan.
That's the campfire cardigan, and I also have one. I'm gonna, that hooded one I did with the chunky yarn.
Here, I'll go get the one that I made.
Okay, when she comes back, I'll go get mine. I did a new crochet. I did her hooded cardigan. It's cable cardigan. And I did it in toy box. It was a chunky. I did it in less than a week, and I got more compliments on that sweater. I was out with sis. Well, see, Michael, we don't have. Unfortunately, we don't have 95% of my yarn is purchased online because here in Canada, we've got Michaels and Walmart. Then you've got your LYS.
Yeah, I don't do.
Now, go ahead and show me.
I did it at a latte cake, and this is what mine looks like. And it's nice and warm, and it's like makes me look really fat. But yeah, it's just like a extra side of a granny square. And then I put like sparkly on the trim.
Notice the color. She loves the color purple.
As you can tell. But yeah, and this is a latte cake.
All right, I'm gonna go grab the one I did in like the toy box yarn.
But yeah, I would and it's very easy. It's very quick. The bigger the square you make, well, it's not a square because it's 5 sides. So yeah, it's easy and fast. And like on mine, on the bottom, I just added a few rows to make it look a bit like I don't like things showing my behind. So I made it longer. Yeah. I think I actually still have maybe 1 or 2 of these cakes, but I'm a huge color controller. I don't like willy-nilly colors unless it's on my socks. The socks I don't care because I like funky socks. But for something that I wear, I would rather have it more cohesive. So with latte cakes, you have, and if you want to color control, you have to break it up.
Okay, this is a free pattern that you can get on our new crochets channel. I did. It's got a hood. I would redo it again without the hood, but I did it. It's all in toy box.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll put it on. Ay. Take this sweater
I put mine on.
I put mine on. I put it on. But I have been giving a lot of compliments in the sweater, which surprised me. Because again, I like cables, and it's very warm.
Oh, hi, Zara.
This is. It's got cable all the way on trim, and I kind of did the sleeves myself. I made a few changes in the pattern, and it's got pockets that have a cable on them. Welcome back, Zara. Welcome in, dear. But and it's warm.
Oh, let me show them your sweater, hun. Can you hand it over?
Took no time to do it.
And I crocheted my husband this sweater too. It was where did I get this one from? Bag O'Day.
Or you modified it?
Yeah, I put pockets on it. I modified the pockets. So it's my husband's, so it's a bit big. But this is just all crochet. All crochet with the ribbing on that. But I did pockets differently. He didn't want pockets going straight down, so I kind of designed these ones myself that you can come in from the side. And all you have to do is just think about how you want it to go up the sides. So you got 2 pockets on the sides, and he wears it all the time. Thank you. Well, yeah.
But so Jeanette, it's a free pattern. I did it in chunky. I did it in a bulky yarn. She's got tutorials to help you if you have any questions.
I think those are both free patterns also.
I'm gonna go get my Carolina poncho because I wonder if Michael could do a Tunisian in that.
Yeah, he didn't. He requested those. I don't think the sweater actually had pockets in it in the pattern, but yeah, I believe that was one of Crystal's tutorials that I did, and it's a few years old now, so it's pretty worn. But yeah, he wears it all the time, which is a bit of a compliment for me. He likes to wear it. And I believe the campfire cardigan, Jeanette, I think that one is also a free pattern.
I'll get a link, Jeanette. Michael, I don't know if you could do this in a Tunisian, but I would be very interested in that. I did her Carolina poncho. I did do a few alterations in the pattern, but
oh yes, Crystal's.
This is Crystal's Carolina poncho. I loved it because of the sleeves. I made my cuffs a little longer because I mean, she's 5'3", I'm 5'7", but this was the poncho. It needs block. I haven't blocked it yet, but I would love to see this in a Tunisian because I'll wear a poncho before I wear a shawl, and I like the sleeves. That's what made me want to do this pattern was the sleeves.
And see, I would rather not have sleeves.
And I had started it several times. I'm gonna go try to find this. You talk to Mike. I try to find this here.
Yeah, I'm going to make a poncho for my husband that he wants to wear. While he's at his desk and that, but it's going to be somewhat of my design, I think. To get the width and how many stitches and all that stuff, I bought a pattern from a gentleman that I follow in the New Zealand. I think he is in. He does a lot of sweaters, hats, and all that stuff. I've found him on IG, so I've been thinking about what to do, and like summer is not the time to do a big project. That's why I like doing socks. So I decided to use what a mess I have here. I had a few of these here.
There's the link, Jeanette, to her website.
I don't know if you can get this anymore. The big tweed. I have a few of these balls, and it's a thicker yarn, and I love tweed, especially for a man. So I just started casting it on. So that's all as far as I got because I'm working on the crow. But I'm going to be writing it all down and figuring out, like the sweater that I made him, a pullover. I'm going to use that stitch, but it's going to have a couple of different elements into it. But yeah, I love that tweed.
Demetria, a lot of the ones I do are actually as I'm doing a pattern. They're coming from a pattern that I'm doing. A lot of my tutorials I find, especially when I'm at work and I do a stitch tutorial, it's a pattern that I'm working on. I just did one on the Peacock Ridge, the knit front yarn over knit front again, 2-stitch increase. Is what I'm trying to do more of. The same as when I'm doing a tutorial on them dishcloths. It's just showing techniques and stitches. I have a few on there that are just basic, cast on, cast off, knit, purl, knit 2 together, yarn, just, little stuff like that. But a lot of my tutorials now and lately have been an actual pattern that I'm doing. And I did one on cables and some unusual drop stitches. I did one on drop stitches. And the thing is, when I do it, there's a pattern involved with it.
And I love your tutorials because the way you talk when you're doing a tutorial, it makes sense. You
Yeah.
make it make sense.
Does it?
Some people, it's like, okay, no, that's not right. So I usually ask you to make them.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm an idiot. I see a pattern that I like
Yeah.
because I like the visual of the pattern. I don't even look at what's involved. It's like, oh, I like that.
Oh yeah.
And then I get the pattern and I start into the pattern and it's like, oh dear God, what have I got myself into?
That's like
Because
some of
it'll
these
frustrate me.
patterns.
But that is how I have expanded my skill set because I chose to go into an advanced pattern as a beginner. Did I have failures? Oh, heck yeah, I had failures. Um, frog, 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 and nope, I'm done with you, and just move on to another pattern. But it's my first impression, like Demetri says, if you see a pattern that you like and you want to do it. But I have learned when you are going to do a pattern, golden rule, read through the whole pattern first, maybe even a couple of times. Don't get the pattern and then just start. Because I actually had a pattern, which is one of my favorite knitted sweaters I've done. I'm so that was my cuff to cuff cable by Fondle Patterns.
Mm-hmm.
She's a Canadian. And I got in the section, I'm reading, I'm like, "What? What?" What I didn't do was read through the whole pattern, and further on in the pattern was a note that applied to the beginning of the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
I like Lindsay's pattern method the way she writes them because she has special notes, tips, and stuff in the beginning of the pattern. And when I have something like that, I literally make a note by that section of the pattern. See special stitches or see note. So I go back to that so I don't, get myself so far into the pattern and then it's like, now I've got to frog weeks of work.
That's what I'm running into with this Sheryl Crow.
Yeah. Did you
It's
read the whole
like,
pattern
see,
before you started?
I never do. I never do. I'm sorry. But they're like with this, I have to go pages to see, okay, you got me. Okay, so for the feet, okay? They get you to do the feet and then you change over to the leg. But back here, they want you to leave the yarn for the foot hanging out. And they did it up here also. So here you are trying to do the foot and they have this yarn and it's hard when you have the yarn hanging out and you're trying to do it. So I have to go a few pages to find out what to do with that stupid string.
Yep. Exactly.
So, yeah.
I got
they
a boo-boo in
They
this.
just say let it hang out. That's all they
I
say.
did a boo-boo in this, and I'm not going back to fix it. It's for me. I don't care. It's only 2 rows or 7 stitches. I'm not going back. It's under the armpit, so you never know. You never see it. But again, it was my fault for not reading through the pattern. And a lot of the more advanced patterns you get into, the more it's important that you need. And also too, it teaches you a lot about the designer's style and how they write their patterns. And a lot of times you will find a designer, whether it's knit, crochet, Tunisian,
amigurumi,
thread work, whatever. But you like the way that pattern designer style of writing their patterns, and you're able to follow it, and you will gravitate towards that designer. Not to say you don't find other designers. Like Michael said, Crystal. I have Crystal's
thumb drive.
But no, actually, I have a digital. I gave all the thumb drives away.
Oh, okay.
I bought the digital because I bought the digital pattern for a couple people for gifts, and I got one for myself because I've made a lot of her patterns. Very seldom do I have to refer to the tutorial, but I do go to the tutorial just to double check, excuse me. But when I started really getting into knitting and crocheting and learning to read a pattern, because I did not know how to read a pattern. I learned. I learned how to read a pattern, and I'm still learning, reading patterns on the different ways repeats are written, and stuff like that, because again, that varies designer to designer. I mean, there's an industry standard, but it's a very loose and general standard, of how to do that. Again, I gravitate away from charts. The only charts I really use are the mosaic, Courtney's mosaic charts. That's the only ones I really use. Like, but Stuart, I don't like the frog with knitting. I don't rip out stitches. I pick them up one by one, so I don't miss. Well, that's exactly what I do, Demetra. I tink back, and tink is knit backwards. So you
That's what
are
I
knitting.
do.
You are
Oh, I didn't know that was a term.
unknitting.
Okay.
Unknitting
So I
is
tink.
what you're doing.
Okay.
And I've showed how to tink back. A lot of times when you are tinking or frogging in knitting, you have to pay attention to your stitch orientation.
Oh yes.
If your
it's
legs,
a purl or a knit.
well, it's not even that. If your stitch should be, the front loop should be in front of the back loop. If it's not, then just do a knit through the back or purl through the back, and that'll change the orientation of the stitch to the
So
right
how would
way.
you take it off and turn it around?
I just knit through the back, and it flips it, because that's what it does. When you're knitting through the back, it twists the stitch. So I just untwist it, and that's again, that's just stuff like that. When we're talking amongst ourselves here in the chat, we find out tips and tricks from each other about how to do things, and that's what's so great. We're sharing, and if it makes your process more enjoyable, easier, less stressful,
Mm-hmm.
it's a win-win.
Well, yeah,
So
like how I kind of learned how to read patterns was I'd have the pattern, then I'd look at tutorials for these abbreviations, and that's how I learned, and still am learning how to do like whatever they're trying to tell me to do.
that's why when I put a title up for my tutorials, I put the actual abbreviation for the stitch, because it makes easier for people to find it. And I have
I'm
been very,
definitely a visual. I learn more visually than reading.
yeah. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some more coffee, and I have to get rid of this first cup of coffee. Entertain the troops. I'll be right back.
Doody doody doo, doody doody doo. Hey,
And
troops.
again, and I pinned the link if you want to come up to panel. I'll be right back.
You'd have to wait for her to come back because I wouldn't be able to bring you up. But yeah, if somebody wants to come up, join the party. Oh, okay. Okay. Sleep well. No, you don't want to hear me sing. My husband hears me sing, and I don't think he likes it. Because when the song comes on and I know it, I'll be singing along even if I mess up the words. Oh, are you using that there that Holzgarn, or did you try something different, Zara? Yeah, the Afterthought heel, is that the one where you have to cut the yarn? Holzgarn's on hold. Okay. See, I've seen people like this gentleman that I bought the poncho pattern from, but I'm just wanting the sizing from that pattern, which is silly to buy a pattern just for that, but it's a nice pattern. And he did a sweater in the round, and then you see him cutting it, and it's like, that would be, for me, that would be so scary.
I'm back.
Because I'd be so scared that some of these stitches might like go flying somewhere else and I wouldn't be able to get it back. Like, I think they do it sometimes to add in a zipper, which, yeah, that can be pretty scary. I think I definitely would have to test that on a swatch or something first.
I'm back. I just thought, Jeanette.
Oh,
here's the thing.
I love
to match.
I love them. I love knitting.
To what's the trend today? Mismatched socks. I don't worry about matching my socks. I just knit the socks. I don't color control. Let her go.
Well, I don't either. I think none of my socks match that I've made, even ones I did 2 at a time, which all like 3 out of 4 pair that I've done, I did. None of them match. Yeah, none of them. Even the ones that I thought the colors were the same color. No, they're not. There's actually a Facebook group about mismatchy socks. Yeah, can you imagine doing all that work and then laying it down and then cutting it up the middle to add a zipper? Oh my goodness. My heart would just be pounding so fast. You're going to have to let us know how that goes, Demetra. Especially if it's an older sweater. Because wouldn't it have had a little bit of stretch? But yeah, I'd like to know how those socks turn out, Zara, like with the afterthought heel. Those ones, they always make me think of those tube socks that, I don't know if you can still buy them or not. That they don't have any heel. It would be a heart stopper. Yeah, I think cutting a sweater would definitely be something else. He also did one that he cut around the bottom because it was too long. So he he cut it, frogged some of it, and it was knit. He frogged some of it, and then he stitched the 2 pieces back together. That would be time consuming, and you definitely wouldn't want anything else around you. It'd have to be a huge flat surface with no distractions to do that. Oh, if it was hubby's ex, then I would have just I would just toss it.
I was trying to find and a lot of people won them in some of the Podiversary and my birthday celebration too. It was called the Duo Socks. It comes in 2 cakes, and your socks will come out. You do pull right from the center or the outside, whichever you prefer, for each sock, and they do match the way they dye it, whatever. But it was called Duo Socks.
See, I don't even know if I could appreciate the work, even if it was really beautiful, if it was an ex. You're a better lady than I am, Demetra.
I'm going to tell you, this is going to go till 1 o'clock, and then I'm going to, because that'll be 3 hours. And I'm going to, so just giving y'all a heads up, because I have got to do my laundry and get ready for work tomorrow.
That's the way to do it, Jeanette. Take a head. No, you're not kidding. Don't lie.
I got a delivery this morning or yesterday, and this is for the trip to Australia and around the island for my cell phone. And it is an actual gimbal selfie stick, and it also has an attachment where it goes to tripod.
That's nice.
It's gonna be a little gadget.
It is a good sweater to practice on for sure. Yeah. And if you
Yeah, I
suddenly
think
go off to the
yeah.
side, oh well.
Yeah, I think I remember, Zara, you won one of those. And the thing is, you have to pay attention, and Crystal says this a lot. If you have a busy yarn, you've got to find the right stitch. The simpler the stitch, like with this that I'm doing here, because this yarn is self-patterning.
I love how that works out.
Okay, because this is self-patterning, it's a stockinette stitch. I mean, it's got the ribbing down here, but it is just stockinette because it lets the yarn do the work. It showcases the yarn, the patterning, or the color changes or what have you. And that's
even some of that sock yarn, even that there's sock yarn with like the stripes, which is what I've been using.
Exactly. It's I mean, I've got a lot of variegated yarn that I had very little. I mean, I have some solids, but I had so much variegated and self-striping yarn. But I learned to work with it, and I'm not big on controlling color. Once in a while, I control color. My Farahàn shawl, I am controlling the one color because it was a mandala cake. I am controlling that because it's the way I'm trying to get it to ombre. But so that's one of the things. So sock patterns, if it is if it's a self-striping sock, you can do just a basic vanilla sock or find a pattern that has maybe either mock cables or some lacy work.
The Hermione sock is good with that.
A what?
The Hermione?
Yep, Hermione sock, yep.
And one of the last ones I just did, it's like it's almost like a knit pearl, but it almost looks like the way it turns out, it's almost like
seed
a
stitch.
Weave.
Oh, basket weave? Okay.
That's what
Welcome in, Miss Dawn Aaron. Welcome in, my dear.
Crisp apple picking.
Honey Crisp. They're good apples.
Where do you go for that?
Oh my gosh. They have you pick places all over the place that you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's but yeah, so a lot of times you have to look at your yarn. Here's a question I'll ask you. For your inspiration, do you look at your yarn and then find a pattern, or do you look at a pattern and then find the yarn? Which is your preferred?
It depends, I think. Like it depends on if it's amigurumi or if it's a knit or crochet.
Well, in general, with the exception of amigurumi, because amigurumi is pretty much usually, solid acrylic or cotton.
Yeah.
But in doing a pattern for, say, garments, shawls, hats, do you look at the pattern first and then the yarn, or do you look at the yarn and then the pattern? And Obi, if you do that, I'm going to smack you in the next week.
Not you, Jeanette.
Not you, Jeanette. No.
See, I don't know. Yeah, it depends. There's a top that I think it's a pattern that I won from you that I still haven't done, that I did get the pattern first and then I went hunting for the yarn.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think that's what I do for knitting.
Yep.
Or for Dean's poncho, I looked at my stash.
I step outside. Okay, I'm not normal. We all know this. I'm off center a bit. A lot of times I do risky or adventurous things with my yarn. I combine weights. I combine fiber content. I combine variegated with self-striping. Exactly, Dawn. But then there's other times. I've been looking at those latte cakes for almost 3 years. And they were just sitting there. exactly. Most of us have a substantial yarn stash.
Yes, I can't wait
You
to
know,
get mine
it's
more
not.
organized.
I don't believe in shaming anybody, and if you choose just to have a small, that's personal choice. You know, but a lot of times, I like to yarn around me for inspiration. That's why I changed my craft room around so much because I changed the way I display my yarn. Oh, we have another visitor. Here we go.
Oh,
Welcome, Miss Demetra,
Hi.
aka Slug.
hello.
Did you get your hair
Hello.
cut?
How are you guys? No,
Demetra,
I
did
just
you
have
cut?
it up.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just up.
Oh, you still got a
I
lot of green there.
yes, I'm outside because our internet is so bad in the house. So this is my little buddy.
Oh, did you make him?
No, he just hangs out here. He survived windstorms, rainstorms, and he
Yeah.
just hangs out on my swing.
Demetra,
Yeah.
Elon, Starlink,
I
only way to
know.
go.
I know you've said that before, but I'm not ready to go there yet. He's busy trying to get to Mars. Whoops,
They
I got cobwebs.
they have
Oh,
they have it like a third of the price I paid for mine up here in
Oh, yeah.
Canada. Yep.
I just
It's
have my
$161 a
phone.
month.
I just have Kudo. I have a good cell plan. That's all I use. And then I have hotspots for my laptop, which I barely ever use. So that connection is slow because it's secondhand, you know. So I do everything with my phone. That's
Oh,
why
not me.
my videos are so short.
I live in no
Takes-
cell zone area. It
Takes
don't
forever
work.
to
oh yeah, you're
upload
on mine.
a little tiny short video. Anyway, I hope I'm not offending anyone. Chat is so limiting with what you can say and do.
Yes.
So I just wanted to
No, come on up.
I
The more
hope I wasn't criticizing too much, but yeah. I love you
No.
guys all.
Oh no, not at all.
Demetra, that's what this is all about. Sharing ideas, picking each other's brains. That's what it's all about.
That's how
You
we
know,
go.
I am blessed with the fiber family that I have, that everybody is, are wonderful. There's no drama, there's no bullying, nothing here. Because if you do, you're gone. I don't have a problem with that. I will block you. I will block you all across social media.
I hope you don't. But anyway, chat, because just to type things out, it takes a long time. And then
Yeah.
there's only so many characters you can put in.
Yeah.
So I have to repeat and then do another chat, and then it's like half a thought.
Well,
Anyway,
that's why I do
you know what I
everything
mean.
on. That's why I upgraded to a desktop, and I got one that was geared towards video editing and
Yeah.
creation.
I know you've invested a lot of money and
it's
energy and time into
It's
all
for my
your
channel.
videos.
Well,
Yeah.
but my videos are I don't get into, I mean, every once in a while you might see a little bit of music in the beginning of my video, or, my shorts, I put music to the shorts and stuff like that. But I stay true to me. Simplicity. I like simplicity. I don't want it, I don't do big, collages. And I'm not, it's against nothing. Anybody that does that, hey, more power to you. I find I just don't have the brain space anymore.
Can you see
I
the
get a
chat?
big, huh?
Dimitri,
Can you see the chat?
No.
Okay.
There's a little chat. Should I click on that?
There's
Let
one
me
here.
see.
I did not read anything offensive. And then we have
Okay.
Dawn Aaron saying, Demetra, hey, sweetheart.
Hi, Dawn. See, if I look at the chat, I can't see you guys.
That's
It's
why I like
okay.
my computer.
I'll go back and read it after on the replay.
That's why I like my computer, because especially
I'll
during a
watch
live,
the replay.
and
with
I
the
need
chat
to do
on.
that for when I do a giveaway. I need to be on my computer.
Oh yeah.
Dawn, you missed it. Sharon won a surprise giveaway.
Yep. Good for Sharon.
Oh.
Hey,
Lucky Sharon. Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna record the whole ski thing though with the sweater, because I've watched a lot of videos on that, and I'm
Yeah.
really intrigued. People actually knit because it's easier to knit the sweater in the round
Yes.
with a pattern, and then they cut it. But
Well,
so
yeah,
it's
'cause
meant for that.
if not, it'd be
And then
like
you have
3
a
pieces.
cardigan with because if you knit a cardigan back and forth, it's hard to do that pattern, right?
Yes.
Like the Fair Isle pattern that goes in the round is different than knitting back and forth.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
that's a technique they came up with that that you just cut it after. But I think you have extra stitches put in or something because you have to fold the edges in and just sew them. You just sew them or you sew in the zipper. And if you catch each stitch down
There-
the rows, it won't unravel. So
Yeah.
it's just yeah, it's scary, but something.
Oh, congrats.
Hey, Dawn P.
Dawn P. Same thing goes, dear. $10 Canadian, whether it is a pattern, a PayPal, gift card for get yourself some yarn or what have you. Message
Yeah.
me, email me. My email's along the bottom there. And yeah, just congratulations. I don't announce these. I just draw them. I don't announce them. I just draw them. It's my way of saying thank you.
That's nice.
So
Yeah.
just email me, Dawn
Congratulations.
P.
Oh, and another one.
Hey, you're in there too.
Oh,
Hey,
Marlene.
congrats, Marlene.
Marlene left. She's out in the woods, so I'll have to message her and let her
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Write her name down. Need to get a tablet here. My little
Other sis.
Marlene's husband and my husband were in the military together.
Oh,
So I'll
did
message.
they know each other? Like they knew each
Yes.
other?
And it just happened that when they came to the house, Marlene and I connected with the crocheting and the knitting.
Oh, so
That's
you've
how
known
that's
her a
how we
long
met.
time.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So no,
Yeah,
I
so
like
like I was saying before, I've been knitting. I always used to knit through the back loop because as a kid, I didn't know. I started knitting and crocheting, I guess just watching my grandmother, and she never really taught me, so I would always be facing her, I guess.
Yeah.
And
so
I
that's
didn't
how you
know
say
that was until I came across a pattern that said knit through the back loop. And I'm like, I'm always knitting through the back loop.
it.
And I wasn't getting the design that it was meant to be, like the twisted ribbing.
it
Mine was
twists.
always like that. And I always had a ridge going down. And I thought, I'm doing something wrong. Why isn't my design looking like what it's supposed to be? So then
Oh,
I
yeah.
started, and Gina Pike helped me a lot because I would watch the way she twisted the yarn, and I thought, I'm not doing that. And so I started
Wow.
doing it the correct way. And it was only maybe 3-4 years ago. And now I can see how it's different, my knitting. And I know exactly what pattern, what shawl. I changed my technique, and I can see the before and after. 'Cause it's like a clear line. Like this was, before me not knowing anything, and then trying to learn
Oh, so you have it
all
on the same
the
pattern.
correct way. That's why.
It's on the same pattern.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, but I know which shawl I started where I was doing it all correct and it came out nice. And then before that, it was all, muddled up.
Thank you, Dawn,
Yeah.
for the coffee.
It
Thank
was
you.
actually
Dawn, she sent me a coffee. Thank you.
Dawn.
You got me a coffee. It
Oh.
just goes back, and everything I do goes into the channel. All that is for the channel.
Yep.
Everything I have, it goes for shipping. It goes for StreamYard, my monthly StreamYard thing, equipment upgrades, giveaways. Okay,
That's
I'm going to
nice.
announce here, and we'll do it here. Jeanette had won a free pattern last week, and she's gifting it back for me to redraw on.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to draw here for a pattern, $10 Canadian. And everybody just put something in the chat. I don't care if it's hello, how are you, emoji, anything. And we'll redraw for that pattern. Oh, Dawn, anything. I can't wait for you. You have 2 packages coming. Okay, but they're really one package. It is your Deer Island Maker box that you won on the replay, and it is your Island Yarnies welcome pack.
Welcome to the Yarnies.
Yes, and Michael just joined the Yarnies. He is now one of the Yayas. So Michael is a Yaya.
On FB.
Yep, on FB. Yes. You know, my fiber family consists of YouTube and FB. I mean, I'm on Instagram, but you know, I do some on Instagram, but I don't do a lot on Instagram. I don't go live or anything on Instagram. Mainly what I post there is pictures. You know, I post pictures on thing, and I follow a lot of you guys on Instagram, and if I can't leave a comment, I always heart, because I get a lot of my inspiration from stuff that you guys do, your completed projects, your works in progress. I get inspiration from that. I draw from it. Who was it? I think it was you, Demetra. Them gloves, the mittens you posted.
The mittens.
Yeah, the mittens. I love that pattern. That's right up my alley.
Yeah. The woodland
Yeah.
mittens. I've asked the designer to send you a copy.
Oh,
I've
thank you.
Yeah, I do a lot of testing for her. It's Sarah Dawn. She's actually in.
Oh,
she froze.
Years ago, I saw this.
Oh, you're breaking up.
And I saw test that.
That's the way you get sometimes when you're driving. And
yeah.
Timing.
Yep.
My internet is really bad, and it's weird.
There you are, Demetra. There you are.
But anyway,
welcome in,
yeah.
HD.
So Sarah,
yeah, Demetra does a lot.
I asked her to do that.
Well, thank you. Demetra does a lot of testing.
Oh. Hi, HD.
Jeanette was Dawn. Demetra does a lot of testing, and Jeanette, we actually had a very nice discussion about the testing being a tester process. And a lot of us on here have tested for designers. And like I said, I've stepped back from it for a while. I've got so much going on with work and the channel and life that I had to step back from something. And I really wanted to do some stuff for me, because I was testing so much. I wasn't getting any of my stuff done. So I'm into doing my stuff, you know, making, this is Christmas gift knitting, crochet and knitting season. I mean, I don't buy gifts. I make my gifts.
Yeah.
For those that are knit and crochet worthy, I make them.
And you can't really say that's cheaper either.
No, look, when we
no, I know what you're saying about socks. They're priceless.
Yes, exactly. And it's just not
knitting crochet for like, yeah, nobody would buy them for what, you know, the amount they're actually worth.
Yeah.
Who's gonna buy $50 a pair of socks so you can get them for like $1 at Walmart, you know?
You would be surprised, Demetra. Some of the people I know on the island here, that's all they wear is hand knitted socks, and they're paying anywhere from $40 to $55 for a pair of socks at like the markets and stuff. It's crazy.
Jeanette was saying earlier that a couple places here
Zara, can you drop Demetra's channel, the Naked Snail? Can you drop her channel link again? Okay, Michael, feel better, sweetheart. Love you too, hon. Feel better. Tell Panda to take care of you.
Oh,
so Zara
Michael?
will drop.
Whoops.
He's not feeling well.
Thanks, Zara.
Thank you, Zara. Yeah.
Sorry, Michael. Hope you're better.
Yeah. Zara is a Canadian. Zara's up here in Canada. You're in Ontario, Demetra, right?
Yep.
Yep, she's Ontario.
Not far from Aberdeen.
Yep. Oh, I know. She went to Aberdeen's. Well,
How far
lucky
away from
her.
them?
Oh, really? You got to, oh,
She got. I know. I was so jealous. I was so
wish-
jealous.
But I wish they had a retail store.
They
It saves on shipping.
yeah, they used to have, but you know what though? Aberdeen's shipping is not too expensive like some of these other companies. I mean, Aberdeen's has a good shipping rate. Even for the US, it's even a good shipping rate because it's they have one shipping rate for I think US and Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have one shipping rate. And I mean, in the beginning it was $5.
Okay.
And I did a lot with Aberdeen's. I did a lot. I mean, I've been on the phone with Heather
Losing you
and
guys
talk.
too.
Okay. I am going to we're going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to go here. All right, this is for a $10 up to $10 Canadian pattern or $10 Canadian pattern, and it was paid forward by Jeanette. Denise Lee.
Oh,
congratulations.
congrats, Denise.
So are these patterns
You can get them.
like a Canadian pattern or can
Nope.
Okay.
It's any pattern. Where are we at here? It's any
the
pattern.
dollar amount.
It's $10 Canadian. Now you can get it from Ravelry. You can get it from Etsy. You can get it from a designer's blog, wherever. You just have to send me the link or the name of the designer and the pattern, and I'll find it. I buy it and I email it to you.
Yeah, because Lindsay was asking in the
Yeah, I told her it doesn't matter. I got her pattern, and I just told her to tell me what pattern she wants. Because I went to the link she had, but there's a whole bunch of patterns. So I asked which pattern does she want.
Right.
So you know, and the thing is, what's nice is it gives you a chance if you can look at this pattern. You know, it's like, oh wow, I'd really like to get this pattern, but you have you know, just been kind of sitting on the fence. You know, it's a good way. It's a good way to get a pattern.
Yeah.
I mean, I get a lot of free patterns, but I also buy a lot of patterns. You, I don't know if you can see or not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
I have favorite designers for sure.
Oh, was it who was it the other day on IG? I think it was Hobie actually. Where is it?
If you look
On Hobie.
right there.
Yeah.
Those are all pattern books. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
What?
7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. Like if you're on Hobie's IG account, they the other day they send messages every now and then. They asked if I wanted these free amigurumi things. So pretty cute little squirrel.
Oh yeah, those are cute. I think I got that too on Messenger. But Hobie has a lot of free patterns on their website.
Yeah, and then the owl.
And Darlene,
And
if you write a review,
did I what?
If you write a review on any of the patterns or their yarn or whatever, you get free points. You get more points to add to your bingo points.
I think I've only ordered once from Hobie.
No, but you can review those patterns. Just say, oh, nice patterns. Oh, and then you get points added to your account.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked like the other day. Like I saw that I had a notification and yeah. Oh, that's down in the I think he's in New Zealand. It's Knitwits and Yarns. That's his channel name on IG. Knitwits and Yarns. See if I can. I put I believe this is his channel on IG. I never really looked to see if he's anywhere else. But he's a nice designer. In the little video I just saw him doing was designing a hat for a baby. He had the baby that were trying the hat on as he's going.
Yes, if you want to drop your link, feel free, or Zara will drop it for you. If you want your link dropped, I haven't.
We lost her.
Yeah, I think Nightbot. I think if you put drop in there, it does drop your link. But if not, Zara is like extraordinary. Oh, I'm up here. I've got cut my head off, like I said.
Mm-mm.
Really, Obi?
Yeah. Sorry, Dimitri, you got cut off.
Sorry, Demetra.
Maybe that's a reason to get, what is it called, Antoinette?
Starlink.
There you go.
Ask Mama G Gear. She loves her Starlink because she's rural like we are. She loves it. And you guys, if you're watching her lives, you see there's no more issues.
Well, look at your channel, like the difference from the beginning to now, it's like,
oh, my lives were awful. Oh my gosh, they were just awful. Welcome in, Mrs. Ladybird Hunter.
Oh, is that
welcome
her
in
name now? Ladybird Hunter?
Oh, I don't know. I call her Ladybird Hunter now.
Oh, okay. Hey,
off
Lisa.
in her adventure off on her Indonesian adventure.
Anglonesia, I think.
Anglonesia.
Like that.
Hey, Lisa, I have to say, the post of the food. Sorry, no way.
Yeah, I don't think I could like do that.
That one yesterday about the colon. Oh no, thank you, no, thank you, no. And I couldn't eat curry rice for breakfast. Ay.
I like curry, but I don't know about for breakfast.
Demetra, she is in Indonesia until the middle of the end of October.
End of October, yeah.
Yes, Lisa, how it is so far. She'll say hot. She doesn't like the heat.
Yeah, what a place to go. When you don't
Seriously.
like the heat.
And I think they have a humid climate.
Oh, is the humidity really bad there?
There's a few of them looks like she was melting.
Oh, she said they didn't have curry there. Curry's more in India, I believe.
It was some kind of a rice you had for breakfast.
She has rice every morning for breakfast.
I can't wrap my head around that. It must be their oatmeal or porridge version of morning. Yes, she abandoned Beanie, Demetra. She abandoned Beanie. Oh, Beanie's gonna make her pay when she gets back. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Say, who are you? Stranger?
Oh, she's gonna make her pay.
She doesn't want nothing to know. She doesn't want to know anything about Beanie. She has more cats in Indonesia than she can shake a stick at. So.
Yes, she abandoned her poor fur baby. Are you feeling bad yet?
What kind of breakfast do you have, Zara? I could do rice pudding for breakfast. I like rice pudding, but not just rice.
No, they don't cats don't travel well.
No, I wouldn't think so. They're more.
I had one. Midnight did not travel well. He was my Maine Coon Lynx cat.
You had a Maine Coon?
half Maine Coon, half Lynx.
Wow, that must
He
be a big
was
cat.
32 pounds.
Oh my goodness. Every meal is
Well,
right.
one of the reasons a lot of cultures eat a lot of rice and stuff like that is honestly because so they feel full. I mean, it's an
Oh yeah, it's
inexpensive.
cheap.
I try to say inexpensive, and it's filling. A lot of carbs, but it's filling. Same thing like in Italy, they do a lot of macaroni, pasta, potatoes. Here up in Canada, they eat a lot of potatoes. Um, it's because you get the full feeling if I mean, the cost of groceries has gone insane all over the world, and you want to have your kids and your family have that full feeling, so you supplement it with
That's something we didn't get today. Is rice.
rice or potatoes or macaroni
Pancakes.
dosa, like pancake made of fermented rice. Now, see, I love lentils, but I love lentils.
Apparently, lentils is a huge
Protein.
import from here
Lentils
from
are
Canada.
high in protein.
I guess that's one of the top exports.
Welcome in,
Export.
Cindy. Jeanette, you're most welcome, my dear. Thank you so much. And thank you again for donating the pattern that Denise Lee won. No, absolutely. And welcome into Cindy, Miss Lulu's Treasures.
Have fun in Windsor.
Welcome back, Perp. Welcome back.
Hi, Lulu.
And I forgot to say, I was saying we were talking about, I forget, about the knitting, the crochet. But there's also people in this chat that do other things besides knit and crochet. I mean, we've got Dawn Aaron from Dawn Aaron Loving Hands. Her sculptures and her buttons, all this stuff handmade, but it's still handmade. Absolutely stunning work. Absolutely stunning work. Now, mind you, Halloween's not my favorite holiday, and I don't do scary. I don't do gory. I don't do any of that. But I mean, I appreciate it for the craftsmanship that she puts into this and the love. You can tell that she puts into it and the details. Absolutely stunning work. If you haven't had a chance, if you're not subscribed to anybody in this channel, I mean, in this chat, go check them out because we have a collection of some of the most wonderful content creators right here in this chat. Seriously.
Okay, so I'm seeing people saying, hi, Cindy. Is that Lulu?
That's Lulu's, yes.
Okay.
Hers is Cindy with an S.
Yes.
She is Cindy with an S. Lisa, did you get your besties beanies besties blog done? She's slacking.
She's been very slacky on that stuff.
She's slacking, everybody. She's slacking.
I must say.
Just busting your chops, Lisa. Just kidding. Just busting your chops. But I have to bust your chops.
Yeah.
Good girl.
We wouldn't be talking to Lisa.
If we didn't love Lisa, we wouldn't be busting her chops.
Yeah. But it's all in caring. Mare.
I'm not a dozy mare. I'm a cheeky mare now. Okay. No,
Yeah.
same thing. I don't care. Love you too, Lisa. Lisa, do you have any news? Lisa, do you have any news would you like to share with us here on the chat? Is there any news? Any life-changing?
Any
life-altering? You want to share anything with us? I mean, we're family here.
We're all family. We're not blood family, but we're family.
We are family.
Yes, news.
Yeah, news. Anything you want to share with us?
About certain things?
I mean, it's up to you. I'm just asking. If not, you have to go watch her videos.
Not that you can think of, wow, if that slips your mind already, then goodness. Then goodness. Well then.
Amazing, Lisa. Oh my gosh, that's just too funny. That is just too funny.
But yeah, half of that stuff, like I know one day there's some green slime with black stuff in it, and I'm sorry. I don't think I could do that. Like, are you feeling okay? Like, does it really, is the food like bothering your stomach or anything? Because I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, if you go and check out Lisa's blog channel, Englenasia,
Yes.
you'll find it all out. Go check it out. It's eye-opening.
Interesting. It's interesting.
It's eye-opening, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Perp. Englenasia. She's on Instagram also. Lisa, that colon thing you showed, oh, I had to put my hand over my mouth because I actually heaved.
I don't think I've seen that one yet.
Oh, yes.
When was that one posted?
Englenasia.
Yeah, but when?
I
think I've seen. I've seen all of them.
don't know. Yes. So go check it out. It's her adventures. I am not starting a separate channel when I go to Australia. It's just going to be right on Hooking and Stitching.
Well, yeah, because that way you won't lose any of the contents.
Well, I'll be sharing on Facebook and on Instagram and here. Because there is going to be some yarn content. I'm going to be meeting up with Susanna Umbris from Not Yale Crochet. We're going to meet in person. That's why I bought that gimbal for my phone. Yeah. Yes, I'll have my camera and everything else with me, but that's my camera. I mainly do stills with. My camcorder, you have no idea. I don't know what kind of content to be. I've got to call my Belle there. Oh, I want to see. I want to see a face.
You can't. It's like 11 o'clock at night and it's dark.
Have you heard of this thing called electricity?
Have you heard of this thing called a migraine?
Oh, lovely. This is not that kind. This is not that kind of channel, Lisa. But I could tell you a cure for your migraine. Just look to your.
I can take care of it.
Just look next door there. And
He'll take your mind off of your head.
He doesn't need those kind of ideas. He's already got them.
Welcome in, Miss Lindsay. Were your ears burning? We were talking earlier about you. It was good though. We were talking about designers.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Lindsay, just let me know. I went to that site. Oh my house. She has absolutely stunning patterns. I started. And let me know what pattern you want. Actually, Demetra, I am looking at I'm waiting for the release of the Tesla Pi phone because it will be integrated into Starlink and I will be able to use my phone. Okay, thank you.
They have those little I've been seeing with the cruise guys that I watch.
Yep.
That there's these little dishes, Starlink, that you can travel with. So you'll always have it.
I'll have to check into it.
Yeah, they're.
I never did get jet lagged slug. Weirdly.
Maybe like this size, I think. And they're white. So they're not very big. Because people are using them on cruise ships, and I think they're getting in trouble. Because cruise ships have internet.
I wish airplanes did. It's a long lot of travel with no net.
Well, I don't think you can. You have to be stable, not on a plane. But yeah, you would have probably been able to use it where you are, Lisa, if you had one of those. I don't know how much they are.
Oh, they cost a fortune.
So the other
Yeah,
day you mentioned
exactly.
how much your hotels cost. Did you say £7?
Yeah, I think the one that I'm in was 7, I think, a night.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, but it comes with bed bugs and lizards and mosquitoes and slugs and
That's because it's
worms in
only
the bathroom.
£7. That was only like what, 24? I think it's like 24 Canadian.
It comes with a lot
Yeah.
of free tenants.
Yeah, I don't think I couldn't. You're a lot braver than I am to be able to do that.
Well, my theory was, as long as I've got a bed and somewhere to piddle, who cares? Because I'm not staying in the hotel room. But what I didn't think was, yeah, I'm sleeping in the hotel room, and
So you're spending
the bed
like at
bugs
least
won't
8
be sleeping.
hours. Yeah, you're there at least 8 hours.
Yeah, I've been bitten to oblivion.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably would.
What?
They don't seem to really care about that part.
Yeah, I can't believe you're saying like they don't have bleach there.
Yeah, there's no bleach. They don't do bleach. They don't even know what bleach is.
Is there
Very
a
weird.
word for it in Indonesian?
Is there a word for bleach? What is bleach? You know, where I bleached my hair. We were talking about bleaching hair. Yeah. What's the word for bleach? Bleach. Bleach is bleach because there ain't no word for it.
There's no word for it.
The man of many words. It's
Yeah.
bleach.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, and you're coming down with a cold.
Lindsay,
No,
check
no,
your
no,
email.
no.
Check your email, Lindsay.
No cold.
Use vinegar infused with citrus peel. They must have
Yep.
vinegar.
Well, I mean, yeah, they've got white vinegar. The 2 of the hotel rooms I've cleaned before leaving the hotel room, and I'm like, why the hell am I doing this?
Well, yeah, they should be paying you for that.
Yeah. I've descaled a shower head, which was not fun, and killed a load of those black wormy thingies. And
Black
when I say a load, I do mean a load.
Centipedes?
Yeah, they're like silverfish, but I think they're Indonesian silverfish. They're just black worms in
Gross.
the toilet bathroom area. Yeah, very. Very. But the lizards are cute. They're so sweet.
But they're still not pets, and I know people like reptiles as pets, but
No,
I don't consider
they're
them
not
pets.
pets. No.
Yes. Yes, you can, Lindsay. Absolutely, dear.
Oh yes,
Okay,
please.
I wasn't going to show it, but I'm going to show you. I am on my 3rd set of flames. There is a lot of material going on here. I am on my 3rd set of flames,
Okay.
the 3rd of 8. And you're binding off as you go. Each flame consists of 3 parts to each flame. Okay. I'm on the 3rd set of flames. And there are 8. All
That sounds
I'm
great.
really looking forward to getting this done and blocking it. And yes, I really am looking forward to getting this done. This is one of Lindsay's designs, Solar Flare. You guys have seen it. I did do
And
the
it's
Peacock
so
Ridge.
beautiful.
Thank you. I've got to
And
row
beady.
200 200 and row 2 I did 248 rows. They're short rows, and it consists of that big. 248 short rows. I kid you not, but that's where I stopped, because now I'm gonna be getting into, in the pattern, you've got your stockinette swing, and you got your lace swing, and, thank you, Zara, and, it's, and again, we all know I'm into the beads, and that will be another pattern with beads, and yes, absolutely. And once I've got, oh, can you see what I've got going on here? I've got myself all tangled up. Again, we're working on multiple projects, but I always do.
And I
I'm just not,
still don't understand how your brain can do
the only thing I'm monogamous in was my marriage.
that.
I am not a monogamous crafter.
Like
But,
when
believe
I'm
you've been
working,
going
I
for
can do
3
multiple
hours.
things, but it's
Yes.
only one making one thing at a time.
Lisa, it has been a wonderful live. We have been talking about all kind of things in, crafting, and there have been questions. We've had some really great discussions, tips, tricks, and help, about it.
That's
And
great.
it's been
I
awesome.
bet your butts are hurting though, huh?
No, I had to
No.
get up a few times, get my coffee and stuff like that. And we were showing some sweaters and stuff because Jeanette was looking for a sweater pattern. So we were showing some different sweaters that we had done. Lindsay, I'm going to do brioche this fall sometime, but I want to get some of these projects done. I got like these mittens, the Tunisian mittens. I have to put the cuff and another thumb. You got fingerless mitts. Well, these are thumbless
Thumbless.
mittens right now. It's a thumbless mitten.
Well, well, just be grateful it's not the trigger for a hunter. That you
think-
have like one finger is like
Yeah.
a glove.
I think it's going to be warm for my cousin there. She is almost 70, and she's got crippling arthritis in her hands. They get cold. I knit her a pair of wool mittens in Briggs & Little, and she wore them out. You know what? They are really warm, and this yarn is really, really yummy. It's from Michaels. It is really yummy. I got 2 colors.
Yeah, and that is a beautiful hat. How would you Clarin hat?
I don't know if they have this still at Michaels.
Bye.
Bye. This is some really yummy. It's called Loops and Threads Mixed Up Acrylic Blend. It is so soft. I mean, this stuff is insanely soft. You would swear it has alpaca in it, but it doesn't. It's 100% acrylic, 67% acrylic, polyester, nylon, metallic, and 3% wool. But it's called Mixed Up because of the way this yarn works up. And this section here, the white, it's soft like latte cakes.
Yeah,
well, I'm sorry, Lisa. I hope you feel better.
Yeah. Take some Tylenol or something.
And I got these on sale for $5 when I got them. And of course, you can see the colors. Okay, Lisa, no problem, dear. Thank you. And it's a 5 bulky, but it does change from 4 to 5.
Oh, so it's like a roving?
Yes. But it is some different textures, which gives it, some interest. And it's ombreing. But
oh, and Lisa, if your eyes are closed, Zara says, "Take care, Lisa."
Yes, take care of yourself, Lisa. Hope you feel better, dear. But yeah, so, and again, anybody here that has a question about knitting, designers, and testing, Lindsay is a designer. And Lindsay, okay, Perp, take care, dear. Have a great day. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, thanks for showing up.
Lindsay be the perfect person to ask. And I showcase Lindsay because she is my favorite knitwear designer, as well as a wonderful, wonderful person. She is a very, very special lady. Yes, she is. She's a beautiful lady, beautiful soul.
Inside and out.
Yes. Okay, Lisa. Well, yeah, probably need some sleep, And Lindsay does blush. I have proof on camera on interviews, Lindsay does blush. She's a very humble person, but she really is an outstanding knitting designer. Um, both by herself, and then she does a collective with some other designers, and I've gotten all their ebooks because they're phenomenal designs.
Oh yeah, I
They're
got
very
one that's from, I think it was on Ravelry. There's
Yeah,
like
it's
what,
the one I got last year.
four or five?
Yeah, I bought the whole package last year, and I got it at the best price, because there's a couple pieces. Again, advanced patterns. Okay, just saying. These designers, Lindsay and these other designers, their minds all literally are like engineering the way they design their knits. Phenomenal. I was like, how do they do it? And it's absolutely stunning. The final product is absolutely phenomenal. And I don't need to.
Another one
Oh,
next
great.
year.
And again, I've got these. Have I made them? No. There's the calla lily shawl I want to make because calla lilies are my favorite flower. I have one on my left shoulder with my wedding anniversary on it, but calla lilies are my favorite flower. The simplicity and the purity of the flower is what I love so much. Um,
And
so
mine is the orchid, which is a bit
yes.
more out there.
Yeah, no, calla lilies are very simple. I love
Yes.
the symbolism that a calla lily represents. But and I just got Lindsay's second actual book rather than an ebook. It's Lindsay's second book, Turning Points, and I showed you guys the shaws, and I've already cast on Peacock Ridge. You guys voted on the yarn, and I went with the yarn you guys chose.
Yeah, the
And
one
then
from
I talked.
Debbie.
Yep, Debbie the Candy Crusher gives it to me. It was a local dyer. There you go, Lindsay. Another tester for you.
Yep. Demetra.
Yep, Demetra. She's testing a brioche hat for you now. I'm going to be doing brioche. I'm just waiting for Lindsay to put some more brioche tutorials up on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to Lindsay's YouTube channel, go subscribe. Go subscribe because Lindsay has one too. It's funny outtakes with Puddles. Puddles was her beautiful, handsome fur baby who went across the Rainbow Bridge a little after my Bella did. And they're funny, laughing. Oh my gosh. But Lindsay has some great tutorials. Yeah, she's phenomenal tutorials. And I have to say, Lindsay, you want to know what my favorite part of this new book is, Lindsay? It's the back part with all of the pictures that you took when you were in North Carolina and the journey. That's my favorite part of the book. I loved looking through all those pictures and reading about it. It was just phenomenal.
Yeah. And please pray for all the people in North Carolina.
Yes, absolutely. Lindsay's mom is down there. Their house, they got hit hard. Okay, but God watched out for her, and she's fine. And I know Lindsay will be excited when mom comes home. She misses her mom, and I can so connect with that. Yes, we are praying for people in North Carolina. It's very devastating. They were hit the hardest. They really were.
Yes.
It's I see the pictures and the footage video. It's just mind-boggling.
Heartbreaking.
You know. And God bless Elon Musk. He set up Starlink communications down there, so they have communication. Demetra won Take the Plunge book, and I've done.
Yeah, that's her first one, and then the other one is the shawls, all shawls.
Okay, yeah. Lindsay attends church via online due to her environmental allergies, but she has a wonderful pastor that does their church, and yes, she always gives me my Sunday morning dose for my soul. But
is there a site we could go to see that?
exactly, Lindsay, exactly. You say there, but for the grace of God go I. Where these people live, they say you live by the water, you're going to get wet. But I mean, we had hurricane damage. I forget which hurricane it was a few years
Fiona
ago.
was last one that hit us.
Fiona, yeah, Fiona. But luckily, I am protected because I am inside the cove and the Bay of Fundy. I've got like a land peninsula that I look out over that kind of protects us. it would take a tremendous superstorm surge to flood us because we built a house. We brought in and we elevated up our thing. Sleep well, ladybird. Sleep well, my dear.
Sleep well. Okay, it's not the mudslide because that's a drink.
Demetra, have you made anything from Take the Plunge yet? If you do, I've got to redo my the one top I did in the yellow bamboo cotton or bamboo acrylic I did. I've got to redo that one. It's literally I can wear it for a dress. It's not so long, but that's okay. Drop stitches, cables, all the fun. Cables, drop stitches, I-cord, oh my. You know, so yeah, I'm just gonna stop the cam here for a minute. I gotta check on my outdoor.
Yeah.
Behind my door, I have a little puppy that's whinging.
Yeah, I put in mudslide and it's not coming. Oh. Oh, is that what? Okay.
We have a guest that's coming. I just gotta get herself sit down. Yes, Lindsay. My dive is very long. We have a visitor. Hold on. We have a visitor.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is Miss Gracie. Gracie's
Pretty
2.
girl.
Gracie up here. Gracie up here. Say hi. Say hi to your fans. This is Miss Gracie.
You can tell it's Gracie because she's a darker.
Yeah, Gracie's is there. Say hello. You say hello to everybody. Speak.
What a
Speak.
pretty girl.
You want to speak? No, I don't have a cookie, so you're not going to speak. See if I have something in here for you. See if I have something in here.
She's beautiful.
Okay. I don't do this very often. Once in a while. You're gonna have to speak if you want this. Sit. Paw. Speak. Good girl. That's her tricks. That's my Miss Gracie. Kiva's out there laying down somewhere. That's Miss Gracie. Yes, she's got a lot of. Kiva does not have the feathers that Gracie has. Whether it's she takes more after her dad, but Dad has feathers, but Kiva just didn't seem to get the long feathers like Gracie did. And Gracie's like that little.
See them flapping back there.
Yeah, Gracie is like that little 5-year-old girl that's been outside playing and has lopsided ponytails. Gracie's my tomboy. I go to brush the feathers on her tail. Oh, she said it was like when I was young. My mom would brush my long hair. I had knots. Yeah, not cooperative. Now she's sniffing. I've got to do a major vacuum. I am going to bag up all my yarn from halfway down thing there, just because I get the girls in here and they come and they lay down while I'm working on a video or I'm doing a live or crafting or anything. And they'll lay outside my door whinging, sooking. So I let them in, but they know they have to behave because Gracie likes to eat yarn and knitting needles and crochet hooks.
Oh, Lindsay, I have to tell you, I love these hair bands. The Kosu. Wow, that's really there. I really like these. I have to throw out all the other ones now. Thank you very much.
See, that's another thing. We give each other, connections and ideas and tips and tricks and what have you.
Yeah.
And that's again why I love this community so much. I mean, I'd stay on here all day, but I gotta go to work. I gotta do my laundry. I haven't done my laundry yet. I've been cooking a lot too. Yesterday I made a big batch of chili. Getting to be that weather, chili stews, boiled dinners and stuff like that.
Okay, I gotta ask you, when you eat your chili, does your nose run?
Yes, because I make mine spicy.
I wonder if it's like Bobby's. My brother-in-law, he would make chili, and yeah, you'd get the sweats and your nose would run, and it was just so yummy. And I'm not a spicy person, really.
I am. I make homemade mashed potatoes and I put the chili over mashed potatoes. Now, Barb and Warren used to put cheese on theirs. And it
Cheese
is like,
with chili. You do the chili and then the cheese on top of the
yeah,
chili.
I don't care. I don't care for the chili. I just like, if I don't have mashed potatoes, I like my crackers. That's it. But I like mine spicy. I can't make it as spicy as I like it because Barb doesn't do spicy. But I'll add chili powder into mine.
Yeah,
I
see,
also do a
he had, I don't know what his recipe was. I wonder if my niece has it. I'm going to have to ask her. Because, like, Dean had it once, maybe twice. But, yeah. There's no one else could, like, touch his chili. But unfortunately, he passed away a couple years ago.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Demetra, that's just it. That's why I quit testing. I mean, like I said, the last thing I tested was for Lindsay, was the English Cottage Garden Shawlette, which I made out of yarn. It's just gifted me. It was a knit crate yarn and beautiful merino nylon blend called Sky. And it's right there. That is my English Cottage Garden Shawlette on top of my Farahon. And I actually do wear my makes. I do wear my makes. I keep giving a lot of my makes away, but there are some that I keep and some that, like Farahon, I will never give that away. I will not sell it. That is mine. I'm very proud of it. It was my very first mosaic mosaic piece.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
I've made a pillow and stuff like for sis, and I've done like table runners and stuff.
Yeah,
but that was my first.
Oh, you can't see it. Where is it? It's over there.
And I'm doing another Farahon in teals and grays.
And that's looking really nice also.
Thank you. And I enjoy it. You know, like I said, I enjoy all my fiber crafts. Again, I'm not monogamous. I have to have so much on the go. And I'm actually looking at starting another one with as I get, like, I finished pair of socks. I have one more pair of socks to do, and that will give me 11 pairs of socks for the year. I've already met my goal. I'm going to try making an even dozen by the end of the year for my socks. So that'll give me 12 pair of socks that I made this year. I've gifted quite a few away, but I also have mine. I have this pair down here is my third
you mean
pair.
Farahon? Yeah, that's a hard word. Farahon.
Farahon. And she told me where she came up with that name, and I can't remember it. It was something. Oh, I know what it is. It was a type of Indian. It's some culture. They used to make carpets, and it was a tapestry type, and it was called Farahon, and that's where she got the name from.
Oh.
That's where she got the name from.
The only place I can think of actually that makes carpets is India for some reason. Because they make those huge carpets.
I think of Aladdin lamp and the magic flying carpets. That's what I think of. Yes.
Where was Aladdin from?
The land of make believe.
Well,
I don't know where he was from. Well, Arabian Nights.
Arabia. Well, sand.
So the Arabian Nights, it could be somewhere in the Middle East. You know where he's from. But no, I'm little by little getting things done. I've got a second pair of these on the hook because I wasn't sure. I was going to frog these. But then I sewed this one together, and I'm going to do the thumb, and then I'm going to put the cuff on. I'm just doing a regular ribbing cuff. I'm not doing this vintage pattern. I'm not doing the cuff that they did. I'm just going to do a regular ribbed cuff. I'm going to do the front post, back post ribbing to make my hair. But this Tunisian makes a very thick.
Are you going to crochet it or knit?
This is crochet. This is Tunisian.
Tunisian, you could either like do the cuff, crochet, or knit.
I'm gonna crochet it. I'm gonna crochet it on. The other ones I'm doing are in boysenberry. Red Heart with Love boysenberry. It's like a deep burgundy wine. And but I am gonna accent that one with a cream. I'm gonna do the fancy stitching around the cuff. And I didn't realize I didn't have to buy that pattern. I had it in my vintage knitting book. I've got a bunch of vintage patterns in there.
That happened to me once. That this little shark that I made for my daughter's boyfriend's son 1 year for Christmas. I bought the pattern, not realizing it that I had it in a book.
Yep. I think we all do that, but and what's nice, I'll tell you one thing I found for a moment here. It is so cool. Lindsay's getting into crochet. Darlene got into knitting. How we cross over our fiber arts techniques and skills
Yep.
is
And
amazing.
you are doing
amigurumi. Yes. So that's how, so we get inspiration from each other.
Oh, definitely.
And that's what makes this fiber community so wonderful. I am a homebody. I am a person that doesn't like crowds. Okay. And that's my choice. There are some people like Lindsay. It's not a choice. It's they have to
necessity.
live that way. It's a necessity. Exactly. So this enables us to connect. And that's what's so wonderful. It really is, especially with the inception of the video aspect. In the early days of internet, you didn't have this. You just had
Yes.
the chat rooms and stuff like that. But having the actual visual ability to see everybody visually, and you can do it in private too, just not like a live like this, because we have had knit nights.
And you
It's
and I
awesome.
talk all the time, like through like Facebook.
Exactly. And it's just awesome. Darlene and I are planning my next 5 days off. We're going to do an overnight. We're going to meet in Moncton. That's like the halfway point for us. And we're going to do an overnight, have supper, craft, chit chat, and then I'll head back home.
Pajama party.
Yeah, we're going to have a PJ party. Exactly, Zara. Exactly. I mean, my heavens,
Yep.
Australia, India, UK, Scotland, the US, South America. It's everywhere. It's phenomenal. It really is phenomenal. It really is. We're going to, I'm going to go a few more, another 10, 15 minutes on this. And I'm going to have to wrap this up because we have been at it for almost 3.5 hours. So I can get ready for work. Yeah, time flies. I chose to go back to work. They asked me, it was my choice. I decided that I would work because I make good money. Don't get me wrong. I make good money. And they are accommodating me because of my teaching and stuff like that, they'll backfill for me.
Well, yeah, and you also have this trip.
Yeah. Am I getting benefits yet? No, but they're working on fighting to get it for me to keep my medical that I've had for 3 years. Cindy, you'll love it. You'll love Lindsay's channel. Her designs review. She even has one there teaching boys to knit. I mean, it's really good. But Lindsay, hint, hint. We're going to do some basic brioche tutorials just so I can start because I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to do, she has some brioche, but, oh, thank you, Cindy. You are such a sweetheart doll. I just love all you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I love the fact that Zara and I are starting to talk outside of this also.
Well, that's just it. Okay. I've got to do the video for the Happy Mail Advent Project before I leave for Australia because it's going to give time from then until I get back after Christmas because the end of December, I am going to close out the Happy Mail Advent Project and we are going to have our partners. And like I said, we've had pretty much 8 to 10 people the last 3 years and it's been pretty much the same people. It would be great to get some new participants. And I have an offer from Bella Uncinetto that if it gets to be too much for me, she said she would take it over for me. But I'm going to reach out to her and say, hey, how about helping? Because I am going to be away for a month. And I'll do the initial video, but I will also have her email so she can copy. Just like Darlene helps me with channel and admin on the channel and the yayas. I am not for the most part, I'm not a control freak. Okay. I don't need total control. But I do like to be in control of things, but it's just my personality. I am what's called an alpha personality. Ask my mother, God rest her soul. I was an alpha. Still am. But it's nice to share the work and the responsibility with other people. And I do that with people I trust. And I'm not saying I don't trust you guys, but these are people I interact with all the time. And the biggest thing that brought, with the exception of Darlene, that brought me like with Christina and some inlands is the Happy Mail Advent Project, being a tester. I got Lindsay in my life. You start with something simple and it grows. Example, 40 years ago, somebody sent my ex and I had a Mustang restoration shop. Okay. We dealt in parts and everything else. Long story short, got a message. It came in the mail. This is pre-internet days. With a little sticky note with a steering wheel on it. It was a picture of a wood grain steering wheel for a Mustang, for a vintage Mustang, that if we had this part. And that is how I started with Vicky and Gary over in Australia 40 years ago, over
Wow.
a steering wheel. That is how, and back then, we had the chat rooms we used to chat on because there was none of this video stuff. We also communicated by fax, old-fashioned fax machine. And that's how we started. And almost 40 years we've been friends.
That's awesome.
And so the smallest thing can spark a lifelong friendship, family. And that is my goal with the Happy Mail Advent Project, this channel, the Yayas. That's what my goal is for people to be able to connect. And don't get me wrong. Sometimes you make friends with people and things don't work out. Personality differences, whatever.
Which has
That's why
happened.
that's why right here in this space, my little corner of the interweb, drama free, no politics, no religion, only because I've had discussions off of this platform with people. We talk our faith, we talk our political beliefs, our life beliefs, but I keep it out of here just because I want it to be a safe Sweden, neutral for everybody.
Mhm.
And and that's why I do it. And some people may disagree with that. Just like I've been asked at times to, put a video out about this certain agenda that's going on. I won't do it. Do I feel strongly about it? Yes, I do. But there's a time and a place.
Yeah, it's not what your channel's about.
It's not, I don't do it on the Yayas. I don't do it on Instagram, and I don't do it here. I don't do TikTok. I don't even have the app on my phone. I don't do TikTok. Zara, that's why it is the way it is. I love my fiber family, and I like them to feel safe, comfortable, and happy when they're here. And don't get me wrong, we have all cried together the last few years. We've had some tearful times. We've laughed, we have, good heavens, during the big C. I mean, this was a savior for a lot of us because we were, locked down, but we were still able to connect with our families and our friends, our fiber families. And that's why I love it so much here. So that's why, and I when I say no religion, I am a person of faith. I am a Christian. Lindsay is a Christian. Darlene's a Christian. There's a lot of Christians here. That's it. You can say, yes, I believe in God. You can say that here. I just don't get into the drama discussions about it. Okay. I make no bones that I am a person of faith. And I wish when we say, send hugs, send prayers. If you don't pray, send healing thoughts, good thoughts, positive vibes out into the universe for somebody. That kind of covers everybody. Because I'll tell you, my sister-in-law, Barb, and I were talking this morning before I came to the live about this particular subject. And I said to her, I know you don't believe in God. I said, but I want to see you spend eternity with Greg, her late husband. And so I said, I keep praying for you. Now I can say something like that here. I'm not pushing anything. I'm just stating, something with my sister-in-law. But we talked about it. But I respect her. No way. Oh, give Cameron all my best, Lindsay, please. One of these days, sometime in the future, Lindsay and I are going to meet in real life. I can't go and hug her, but I can put out an air hug to her, but I'll be able to see her face to face, and we can have. I'm so looking forward to that day. I don't know when it's going to be. She's got a lot going on. I've got a lot going on, So, but it
Oh,
will happen.
I'm kind of hoping to be there too.
Yes, because she really is not that far from me. Yeah, exactly. And thank you, Cindy, Zara, thank you. That's what I want for you guys. But, and that's what I try to encourage, you know, it's just, I don't know. I don't have words for it all the time. I'm not, I really, a lot, look, I'm very, I have a good command of the English language, but there are times when I have feelings in here that I just can't find the
Thank
right words to express it. Um, but know that all of you guys every night are in my prayers, that I wish you well, health, and I live by that saying, hug, smiles, and happiness. I live by that. I have lived by positive in, positive out, negative in, negative out, and I keep negativity out of my life. And I'm serious. I've walked away from people because
Oh,
they
that. Oh, look, see, it doesn't look like I have a bow on my head anymore. I think Lisa was saying that one time.
that picture was done by Michelle and Michelle from Spirit of the Island here on Deer Island. I have sent several of their canvases to various people around the world. And sometimes, and I do this it'll probably be in the spring. I will be doing a gift away where it will be one of her smaller canvases just because of the shipping, but one of Michelle's canvases. Okay, phenomenal artist. Now I have gifted the handmade, hand painted buttons that she does.
Yes.
And yeah, she does. They're Michelle and Michelle, which is Michelle and Michael. They're from Quebec. They are
Beautiful,
both
beautiful
phenomenal.
people. I love them.
They are absolutely the most lovely people. They really are. She says, when I get a chance, come down, we can have some wine and sit and knit. I haven't had time to get down. But they are just lovely, lovely people. They really are.
And talented. Oh my goodness, the talent in that household.
Yes, I mean, Michael Michelle there, he makes furniture, handmade furniture. He made a lighthouse that I have. He did my sign that's on my, garbage box. I've got
He did your Swift by looking at that one.
Yep, he made my Swift,
Or
it's up over there.
yeah. He just looked at this one here that I
Yeah.
got from Cricket Cove.
Yep.
And he built it within he only
Couple
had it for
days.
a couple hours.
Yep. Yep, she did some hand painted bags also. Yep, she does T-shirts. I'm actually wearing one now.
Oh, I have here, let me show you.
Did I put my You know what? I put my shirt on inside out. Haha. My T-shirts. Yep, she does the hat. She paints on everything. Hold on.
Look at that work. Yeah. I got this for Dean, but he's never worn it. But that's okay. It's priceless, right?
Do you have do you have that little bag thing that you made?
Yeah. Here, let me go get it. She makes candy. Or not makes candy, but
Thank you, Lulu. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I want to get Lindsay's channel up. I want to get the her Fiverr family members up.
she sells bags of saltwater taffy, and on every single bag, I think it's like $5. She does different paintings. And I thought, there's no way I'm going to be tossing this in the garbage. So I cut the bag so it would fit in a frame.
It can be painted on. She paints on it.
And she signs it, and it was $4.99. Although she actually gave us, because we were going shopping, she gave us this bag. So it cost me nothing. And it's like a beautiful picture. And I had this frame already. Yeah. Beautiful people.
Yeah, she paints on rocks. She paints on these little tiny.
Well, her whole shop.
Here they are.
Painted.
Here's a set that she does. Now her husband makes these, and then she paints them. This is a set of the handmade buttons. Let's go Soul here for a minute.
And he also, there you go. he also built himself a specific machine so he could cut the wood a certain way
Yep.
to make like spirals.
Yep. I mean, the furniture he makes are phenomenal. And
Yeah,
and that's one of the reasons,
tour
like,
of her house.
yep, that's one of the reasons that I send what's called a maker box, and it is celebrating the artisans on Deer Island in New Brunswick and here in Canada.
Yeah.
I've done that quite a few times, and I seek out local talent, stuff that I can put in a small box. I mean, her canvases are huge. I mean, they're huge.
That's a medium. I think she has bigger ones than that.
Oh my gosh, Warren and I bought Kathy, the girl I play poker with, one for her birthday. My gosh, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. And it is, I got a 42-inch flat screen up here, and it is 40 inches. The canvas is 40 inches wide by probably 36 inches tall. It was $150. Her prices are reasonable, and she's so talented.
Oh yeah, I think that was 75.
Yeah, and
actually, that part of the boat, the bottom part of the boat, is actually 3D. It's a piece of wood sticking out.
Yep, she does. She's something new she started. I have one on my wall that she gave me as a housewarming gift. She does textured 3-dimensional paintings now, and she was doing things with house. I mean, she's always coming up with something. It's really, and she does a lot of classes for free with young kids, young people. And she paints every day. She opens up at 10 o'clock and she's there till 6 o'clock every night, 6 days a week. Monday's their shopping day. They go to St. John. But yeah, so that's why I like to showcase Maritime Textures. Mike celebrates New Brunswick artisans. Deer Island Treasure celebrates New Brunswick artisans. You know, and it's a way to lift up creators, whether you're a content creator, an artist, a sewist, a yarn fiberist enthusiast, like Spring Fiber enthusiast. It's a way of celebrating the ingenuity and innovation of people, and encourage it, cultivate it. That's something we don't want to lose. We don't want to become stale. Say necessity is the master of invention. That's how a lot of things have come to be, because there was necessity. Somebody saw it, figured it out, and voila, we have. I just saw another little, and it's so simplistic. It's a little oval-shaped piece of plastic with 2 holes in it for color work to pull your yarn through, and you just push it and it just pull through. Again, I have a lot of gadgets. My Yarn Genie. This thing here, and I've got yarn bowls and all that stuff like that. But it's just amazing what the human mind can think of.
Oh yeah, like this thing here. Like I use that when I'm doing socks, especially.
Yeah.
This was it the Sally?
Sully.
Sully.
Big Sully. It's called Big Sully.
Sully.
I got one of those too.
Which was a gift from my big sis.
But no, I love it. And but I am going to have to wrap this up because it's almost 2 o'clock. So we're talking 4 hours, and we've been on 3 hours and 40 minutes. And I got to go get my laundry started because I got a couple dirty uniforms, and I have to get some stuff done around the house that I need to do. I will be off Wednesday and Thursday, and I will be filming content. I am filming content, but it's for later release when I'm gone. And finish that tutorial up. But I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your time here. I do appreciate all the lovely, lovely comments in the chat. God bless you too, Lindsay. May he shine on you. And you guys have a great rest of your day.
All, and thank you for being an awesome moderator.
Oh,
as
Zara
usual.
is moderator extraordinaire.
Thanks for coming up for as long as you did, Demetra.
Yes, Dimitri, we thank you too. Check out Elon Starlink. Look, I endorse it because it is phenomenal. What he did is phenomenal. And he has enabled me to have good lives and be able to do them more often. I do at least 2 a month, but usually I have a pop-up here and there. And I guys, remember, I hope wherever you're at, staying safe, you're healthy, you're happy. Doing what it is that makes you happy. And remember, hugs, smiles, and happiness, pass it on. Make the world a better place each and every day. Be the light in somebody's dark day. Saying bye for now from Deer Island.
In Nova Scotia.
See you in the next video, next live. Have a wonderful day.
Love you.
Bless you all. Love you all. See you soon. Thank you. Mwah.
Mwah.
Love you all. Bye-bye for
Bye-bye.
now.